Yeah, man. What's going on?
Hey, yeah, not too much. Been looking forward to this all week.
Yeah, man.
Um, Gonna cover obviously the Schoolgirls in Peril trilogy.
Right.
And yeah, been super stoked. Really enjoyed last week's stream. So hopefully, yeah, this can become, we can kick this off a little bit and get,
Yeah.
a good
Last
little thing
episode
going.
going through Lindsay's stuff, man. That was
Yeah,
a
that was
taking, but
wild,
it
man.
was it was fun, man. I found some really good, solid ones that I'd never seen, so it's always a good thing. And then
Yeah, I was surprised that my list sort of changed a lot even during that week. Ones were going higher, then I was knocking off one, then so yeah.
right.
I think with this tonight, I think my ranking pretty much would be, what I thought at first.
Yeah.
But one of these
Spasmo, I
films,
think I think I would have changed Spasmo out with one of them. Like I think it would
right?
actually make the 10 because I got to thinking about that movie a little more, and I was like, there's some shit going on in Spasmo. So it might knock
Yeah,
one of them off if I thought about it a little harder. I'd have to go
yeah.
back to the list and look, but I
That's
can't
the
see it not
thing.
making the 10 because there's some good shit in there, you know.
That's the
Yeah.
thing with these lists. It can change from week to week.
Right.
It really can. Unless you see a film, I'd say, well, at least two or three times to really take it in and digest everything. Um,
Right.
and then, like you say, you could be watching a film, you could give it, a decent rating, and then sit on it for a week, and then in your mind you keep thinking about it, and then and you want to put it higher. That
Right.
happened with definitely with two of these tonight for me.
Right. And
Um,
that's what makes them like those type films rewatchable. You know, the ones that stick with you after you watch it. Like, because there's some films I could watch, and I'll be like, man, I don't know how I feel about that shit. If I like it or if I don't like it, and then later on, I'll be like, damn, okay, yeah, I did like that shit. It makes me want to watch it again. So, you know,
Yeah, I tell you, like really stupid films like Exorcist 2.
mm,
Like every time I want to go back and watch that film, and every time it disappoints me. I can get a decent sort of level of enjoyment from it, for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, you get films like that, but then, so like I say, certainly with two of these, they definitely went up at least a point in my estimation. Um, I'm really looking forward to what you think on all three of these actually, because
yeah,
we did
man.
cover them on the Euro Cult, but I don't think you was. I think it was one of the early episodes. I don't think you was
Uh,
on it.
I don't think y'all covered all three, right? Y'all covered Solange,
Solange, yeah, yeah, I didn't
but
cover
y'all
the
didn't
others.
cover Daughters. I don't think, and I don't think you covered Red Rings of Fear or the other names.
No,
What is it?
God, there's quite a few
There's
in there.
some other names for that shit.
Enigma Rosso is one of them.
Trauma, yeah, Enigma
Yeah,
Rosso and Trauma.
Trauma's quite because there's another Giallo that come out in the same year called Trauma.
Oh,
So
really?
it all gets
Yeah, and there's
yeah,
another
it's
Trauma that came out in '93, right? Argento.
exactly yeah,
So
yeah. So it
you
all
get
gets
confused on that
confusing.
shit. So, but no,
I
that's
did
the
like
1978 Trauma would be Enigma Rosso or Red Rings of Fear, the third part of this trilogy. But the Schoolgirls in Peril trilogy, what we're covering tonight. Let me catch the chat right quick, man. We got some people in here.
yeah.
Uh, Caveman, what's going on, man? April Fools, yeah. Wild Wrangler said, "Hey."
Hey,
Rob Romano, what's up, man? Let's see. Had people saying, "Hey," back and forth. Chubbs loves movies. Hey guys, last episode was very interesting. I just started to watch these type of films. Well, hell yeah, man. That's awesome. It's
good to have you on board, man.
yeah. When you get into this, I've only been into it for probably 5 years, but I was blown away, man. Because the first actual Giallo, I guess. I think I've seen some. I've seen American Giallos like Jolly, like Dress to Kill, shit like that. But the first official Giallo for me was your Vice. There's a lot of room, and only I have the key, and I
Wow.
took me in. I was like, shit, I gotta I gotta check these damn films out.
That is one
What
hell of
the
a
hell have
film
I
to
been doing?
start.
you know.
Yeah.
So
We'll have to do that. We basically have to do all Martino's Jolly, I would say,
oh yeah,
and
man,
rank them. I
for
think didn't
sure,
he do like
dude. Because
7?
your Vice is going to be in my top 5, just because it's the one that lured me in, and that it still holds up. I've done watched it probably 4 times since then, so I
Oh,
watch
it's
it at
I
least once a year.
personally, yeah, I think it's his best film personally.
Right,
Um,
me too.
I love Torso, obviously. Torso's a
Yeah,
bit more got the slasher element a little bit more.
right.
But Your Voice is such a good film. It's like,
And Strange Vice. Strange Vice
yeah, yeah,
is probably my second for me. You know,
right, yeah, it's got to be up there for me, yeah, as well.
and all the
I'd
colors of
probably say
flame. Well,
Torso maybe second.
right. But
What's
tonight
that?
we're
Sorry?
talking about Massimo Dallamano, which
Yeah,
he don't get enough credit, man. And but yeah,
yeah. Surprised
let me
he's
run
only
through
done
these.
11 films.
Yeah, let me
Go
run
on.
through the chat right quick. It's okay. Texas, man, what's going on? Glad y'all made it.
Yeah, good to see you, Tech.
Uh, yeah. Let's see. Locust Man. Trying to figure out what. Okay, Texas. Dirk, were you disappointed that VS didn't have Breaking 1 and 2 on 4K today? No, not really. I mean, that is a little bit of some nostalgia, man. I remember when Breaking, like I was walking to school during that time because, but I remember I went to this school, an elementary school. I had to walk to my elementary school, and I remember kids in the parking lot with cardboard, man, breakdancing and shit. Like,
Oh God, I can remember those days
but
as
it was a
well.
crazy school that I went to. It was pretty rough when I was young, you know. But yeah, man, we're gonna go over like I said, the Schoolgirls in Peril trilogy. Massimo Dallamano. Um, he was a cinematographer. That's how he started, and he's mainly like his biggest works would be Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More, and but he's done. I think he had 44 credits for cinematography, and he had
Wow.
11 director credits when he became a director. But yeah, man, this guy. I mean, it's just amazing. Some of his shots, some of his camera work is just, And I know he had different cinematographers for these films, but his direction, it's going to be what he wanted, I'm sure.
Oh
so,
God, yeah, absolutely.
so you could see his name all over the first 2 films, and he
Yeah.
he co-wrote the third, Red Rings of Fear. And that was another thing. He wrote a lot of this stuff too. He helped in the writing
I
as well.
think in the end with Red, obviously we're going to come on to Red Rings in a bit, but in the
Yeah.
end with that film, I think there was like 8 writers credited. One of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
was
several. Yeah.
Franco Farini, who writes a lot for Dario Argento back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really interesting. But I can't wait to talk about that one.
Right. But and he has several that I need to check out, like Devil in the Flesh. I've never
Yeah,
seen that. That's from 1969. Dorian Gray. That's from 1970.
right.
He did a western called The Banditos, 1967. That was like his first directorial debut. You know, uh, he did Pontius Pilate cinematography on that, 1962, and but like as far as his directed, I don't have them all down here, but I have like The Night Child, 1975. Have you ever seen that?
No, this one has always been on my list.
Okay, it's got that little girl, man. She's in several genres.
Yeah,
Um,
she was in. Yeah. Funny enough, the girl in Red Wings of Fear reminds me of the young girl. But no, that's one I want to see. I've got Venus in Furs, but I've never watched it. I got the old Shameless DVD.
right.
I've heard that's kind of not quite a giallo, so that's why I've really held up on it.
But it's kind of crazy, man, because I mean, I swear, at least 3 years ago, I heard something about Massimo Dallamano, and he was like in a freak car accident at the age of 59, and he
Yeah,
was fixing to get ready to start filming Red Rings of Fear, the third part.
right. Yeah,
And so there was like this conspiracy theory that people had put out was saying that he was killed because of the content, the subject matter in his movies. You know, um, dealing with
right.
these these they're basically college co-ed girls, right? I mean,
Yeah, pretty much. It's
right. And so it's like a sex trafficking kind of deal, but they have like layers to them too. So like they put on this facade that they're good girls, you
right.
know, to all the authorities and their parents and shit. But but they're
Exactly.
really they're pretty bad. But it's also an idea that the older generation uh elite types, you know, a
Yeah.
wicked older generation elites are using these girls and corrupting their youth, basically.
I think the film's basically, you just summed them up really well there. I think it resonates a lot with today as well
Yeah,
because people, men in high power
and
are,
also the fact that
corrupt.
all three of these films are like have the Catholic Church in them, you know,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
big
yeah.
time. And Italy's a huge Catholic country, you know.
I would love to have seen, obviously being so long ago when these were released, I would love to
Right,
have seen the reaction they got back in Italy at the time, because
right.
they're almost like you say, it's quite risque, subject, and they're almost like an expose of,
Yeah.
of these top people. So,
But
um,
I couldn't find the source material, so I just wanted to bring it up. I hate that I couldn't find it, but I found it several years back, and I can't, I don't know where it is, or
look,
I know I
that's
didn't dream it
completely
up, but
possible.
you know,
No, it's
right,
definitely possible because, like you say, people, in higher power do not like being exposed, and I
right,
could quite easily see that.
right.
Definitely.
That was what piqued my interest to want to cover this, you know, and also Massimo Dallamano, he never gets mentioned ever from
No,
anybody I know that's in the genre. They appreciate Solange and talk about how great this film is, but they don't never really talk about him. You know, he had a pretty good career, you know, and his camera work is pretty damn awesome, man. The
man,
way he
yeah,
does things, you know, he kind of you'll see something like a person or an object real close up, but it's kind of blurry, and then
right.
you'll see the background clear, you know, and he like the dead girl that's hanging in what have they done to your daughters? You see that shot, you know.
He does that a lot, yeah. And so
Tech,
some of that, go
and the
on.
westerns too. I'm sorry, the westerns too.
That's
He
all.
does that. You'll see the gunslinger close up, and he's got his hand on his holster and his gun, and then you'll see the
Right.
other, you know, in the background panned out. Like technoscope is what the technique's called, but I've
Yeah,
just
yeah,
been digging and reading, you know, about all
yeah.
this.
Some of his like his handheld camera work,
Yeah,
definitely in What Have You Done to Your Daughters is
yeah.
absolutely outstanding. You know. But yeah, I can't wait. We're going to come on to these as well. But yeah,
I just want to
sadly,
briefly go over Dallamano for.
yeah. Go on. Yeah.
No, I mean I'm just saying I'm done now. I just wanted to go over
All
him
right.
first
Right.
before we dig into the films and
Yeah. Sadly, like you mentioned, he passed away at the really young age of 59, which
right.
I
And that
would,
being
yeah. I would like to have seen what he would have done with Rings of Fear. To be honest,
yeah, and
Red
by no
Rings of
means
Fear.
it's not a bad film. It could have been better though. It could have been greater,
It
you
could have been
know,
better, but yeah,
if he would have done it for sure. Yeah.
there's some absolutely great, well, crazy stuff in the end of that film, which we'll
Yeah,
mention.
man. That's that reveal, which we're not going to spoil none of these, you know. So,
Yeah,
um, because I definitely want people to check them out. You know,
I
but
think if anyone's watching this, they probably, I would imagine, have seen Solange and What Have You Done to Your Daughters, but don't sit on Rings of Fear, you know, after we.
no, man, no. I think you should watch them all three if you have the time. Watch them in order. You know, and like I did 3 nights in a row. That's how I do them. You know, I watched
That's how I
Solange.
did them this week, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And then I did
originally,
it again, so because I knew he was going to be talking about him, I didn't
right,
want to leave nothing out. So,
yeah, I think I
I got
originally I watched them all in one night when I first, you know, going back, what, 10,
right.
15 years ago.
I got
That was
Chubbs
some,
asking a question right here.
right, yeah.
Chubbs loves movies. Is that the same girl from Deep Red?
It's
Uh,
not, no,
no,
no.
no.
It's a different girl.
She's
She
in the.
basically, go on.
I'm trying to think. Is she in Don't Torture a Duckling?
She was in Don't Torture a Duckling.
That's the one. Yeah.
She was actually in a few, wasn't she? She was in a few Jalo at the time. I have got her written down, which we'll come on to in a bit.
And he says
But
she
yeah,
reminds me of the girl from Hereditary.
oh, right.
Damn. The Cursed Medallion. That's the Night Child as well. Yeah, Wild Wrangler.
Yeah, we need
I
to
need to
watch
check
that.
it out. That's definitely one I
Definitely.
need to grab. And
Yeah,
because it
that
looks
was
interesting. It looks like it's like an Exorcist ripoff from when I was reading about it. But
right. Didn't it come out in '75? I think.
yeah,
The year after.
1975. Mm-hmm.
It's always been on my list. It's just, well, you know, it's just not enough hours in a day, unfortunately, to watch all these. But um, yeah, like I say, just anyone who doesn't know the name Massimo Dallamano, like do a bit, you know, do a bit of homework, look up on him, and definitely check these two films that we're going to mention tonight. But like I say, if you know, if piqued my interest a bit more now, I want to probably cover all this stuff at some point. You know,
Yeah,
even you know, even if you don't qualify on you as a Giallo or slasher, you know, maybe we'll get onto it on the Eurocult podcast. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, very underrated director.
yeah, man. So on what have you done to Solange? Did you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, do you want to pretty much just have a, you know, go through what the blurb says basically to start off with? Um, a sexually sadistic killer preys on the girls of St. Mary's Catholic School. Student Elizabeth witnessed one of the murders, but her hazy recollections of a knife wielding figure in black do nothing to further the investigation.
Right.
So,
And I forgot
yeah,
I meant to mention it's also known as the Secret of the Green Pins,
right, yeah, yeah.
and it's from the Edgar Wallace story. Um, um, is that's what the name of it was, or
I
no?
think it was sold as an Edgar Wallace
Right,
crimi
Crimmy.
because it's got like West Germany co-production with Italy.
Did
So
you
they
know
tried
about
to
this? Did you
go
know
on.
about this other title though? The skull that couldn't scream.
No, I've not heard of that one.
It's
No,
also known as the skull that couldn't scream. I was like, what the hell, you know?
I think it's got so many titles. The three of
Right.
these films got so many titles over, you know, so many different countries that
Yeah,
it's
I
hard to
like that
keep up
title
with.
though. Damn, you know. I don't
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
fits the movie really, but
I think with this film now, the whole beginning sequence, because there's basically score by Ennio Morricone is absolutely fucking first class.
hell yeah.
It's such a haunting piece, you know, like a piano piece, and then again, I keep saying it on, you know, past streams and stuff. I could listen to stuff like that for forever. Um, but yeah, I always was taken in by the opening scene, and you know, it's kind of in black and white sepia. There's not going to be any spoilers, by the way. So,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
but yeah, and you've got the girls all innocently riding their bikes.
Right.
It's just so profound, you know,
It's
as
so
we know what's
strange
to
because
come.
it's kind of misleading. It's making you think they're younger than they actually are, too. You
Yeah,
know, in
yeah,
my mind, like I'm figuring they're all around 17, 18, 19 years old, you know? maybe.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I think they do a good job. I think they're supposed to be 18 in this one.
Right. I know the main girl that's in it, that's with Fabio Testi's character, Enrico. I know she's 18.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like usually with the American, you get the American slashers and stuff. They always put like an 18-year-old girl is always played by someone in their 20s and all that. So I think they've done a good job of all three of these films.
Right.
To keep, because they do look. They generally, some of them do even look younger, which
Yeah.
adds to the film basically,
Right.
to the storyline and makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the opening. Then we got. I'm not going to go through it scene for scene, but
No,
just
we're just touching through and like kind of bringing
yeah,
up main facts about the film, what our thoughts
yeah.
are about it, that kind of thing.
So the main storyline is, we got this teacher. I think he's in his 30s, and he's very unhappily married with his wife, and he likes to play around a bit with younger girls. I think it's best putting it like that. But
yeah, I mean
so
he's trying to get with his student, I guess. I don't know if it's his
yeah,
student, but he knows her from the
Christina
school.
Galbo, who is, don't want to come across as being a pervert myself, but
Right.
is very good-looking girl.
Yeah.
She was in actually another semi-giallo called The House of Scream from 1969.
That's Arrow just put that out, right?
Yeah. She's in another good one, I tell you, which is called The Killer Must Kill Again.
Oh yeah.
Luigi Cozzi.
Yep.
That's one that I've seen, because Arrow, not to get too much off topic. Arrow was it was on their list I seen back last year to come out, and I don't know what happened because one of their lists got leaked. I don't know if you can remember that. The Killer Must Kill Again. That would be an awesome. But yeah, so he's basically in this boat now on the River Thames with this young girl. They're obviously having an affair, and she sort of catches, a glint of a knife catches this girl's eye.
Right. And don't that remind you kind of like Argento? It's kind of like, I feel like it's like a nod to Argento because, I don't think he's like stealing from him. I think it's kind of like a respect thing, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
How the movie progresses, her memories, like Argento does that,
Yeah, I think obviously this came out in 1971. Was it 1971? 1972, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Argento's films, the Animal Trilogy and all that would have been right at the heart, people. So we've had so many films that just riff on those, but this is by no means it does take a little bit from different films, but this is its own thing.
And it's definitely, it's not a straight giallo either. So I mean, these aren't straight gialli. It's Felicio Testi. Slash giallo hybrid type film.
I'd say more so with the second film, and Rings of Fear as well, actually, come to think of it. I think this is probably as close to a full giallo.
Man. This is Dallamano's masterpiece, this one.
I think so as well. This is,
I've watched them all, I thought so, and then I watched What Have They Done to Your Daughters, and I thought it was better at one time, and it's Solange all the way. Solange.
Oh right, so you thought Daughters was better.
At a time, I think it was like just because I just watched it though, and I was like,
no, this for me has always been. This will probably always be in my top 10 giallo films.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely in my top 5. I would say.
Yeah, possibly. Certainly in my top 25 films of all time. I know that's quite a big statement to make, but for me it is. But yeah, with What Have You Done to Your Daughters and Red Rings of Fear, I kind of when I was scoring them, again we'll come on to it, but when I was scoring them, I put them up a point this week. They did go down a point at one stage, but So yeah, but this one always stays. Always, you know, this is the cream of the crop, really,
Yeah,
by a
man.
long way. I think. You know,
This
it's
is a
got
more
some.
rewatchable trilogy than Argento's Animal trilogy to me. I don't
It's
know if you'd say the same, but
yeah,
for
I'd
me it
probably
is.
say yeah, because with that, you know, there's one film in the Animal trilogy I'm not particularly that fond of, and that's Cat and Nine Tails. I mean, I like it; it's good for what it is, but I like these three films more consistently.
Right.
Obviously, Bird with the Crystal Plumage is probably up there with Solange. I think they're both two
Yeah.
outstanding
Yeah.
films.
I mean, it definitely catapulted the genre for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to pick between them two, to be honest. But we get some really sort of nasty, gruesome imagery in this. You know, you got the father of the first victim, and you got the insensitive policeman showing him the X-ray,
Hmm.
which is crazy. You know,
Yeah,
would that
man.
actually happen? I don't think they'd go to that length, would they? They probably tell you the
They'd
details.
warn him. I think they did though, didn't
I think they warned. Yeah, he warned him. Like the mother went off, didn't she?
he?
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they'd show it that graphic to in real life to the
Yeah, because
actual
that's
father.
hardcore. You know, like
That
damn.
is, yeah. And
Man,
if
I
you don't
couldn't
know what we're
imagine.
on about, then watch the film just to see that, you know.
Right.
But yeah, so that sets up the film. Then you know, it's basically you've got this killer going around then, and these young girls who, at the time, we don't know the connection or anything of the underlying part of the story,
Hold on.
but we
Hold on.
know that you
Uh,
know.
sorry. My
Go on,
wife's
that's okay.
waving.
Oh,
She's
nice.
my wife.
Um,
Uh, and Wild Wrangler says Italian films have many titles. I love Italian films. Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
yeah. Um, so yeah. So basically, then, like you say, you've got this murderer on the loose. You know, black glove, you know, killer sort of thing.
Right.
And you've got this distinct sort of modus. You know, the way he goes around killing these young girls, basically knifing them in their private parts. Well, most of them. You know, we do get different.
Yeah, that's how he's killing them. He's leaving a long blade.
Yeah, we do get like clues along the way. I think
Hmm.
with this film, he actually keeps it very true. You know, the killer. There's no cheats in it in the film at all,
No.
and it does make sense. You know, unlike some films, you know, of the genre.
Right. The
It's so
motive.
seedy as well.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not spoiling nothing, but the motive of the killer is very believable. You know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think like we say, this is so sleazy and so yeah, like it's not as grimy as the second film, but yeah, it's a subject matter that is not going to be for everyone, to be honest.
No, it's not. And it's
But
definitely pushing some boundaries, you know. I think
yeah,
he's Massimo's saying a lot, but at the same time, I really enjoy these films because it's not telling you how you need to think either.
right,
You know how many films do that? They push a
yeah,
narrative and they tell you how to think. This is not like that at all.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Like I say, it pulls no punches at all.
Right.
So we got basically then we got like this bit of a like kind of love triangle in it really. We do get one character that does exit like pretty early on, which I was a bit surprised. I don't know, was you, Dirk?
What is it?
The one character that dies in the bath pretty early on, or
Oh
say
yeah,
about
yeah,
30,
yeah.
40 minutes in.
That's a
Um,
hell of a scene too, man. That scene, gosh damn. I put it on on the advertisement reel or whatever for
yeah,
Instagram at the beginning because that's just yeah, that is
that
perfection.
completely. It's almost like a killing Blood and Black Lace.
Right.
it's being, this obviously character. I thought they were going to set this character up to kind of be, one of the final sort
Right.
of pieces in the jigsaw, go right to the end kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he kind of throws you a bit of a Hitchcock, and it works. It puts you, just when you think the film is going to go a certain place, then we have the whole aspect then of, we got the main character, Fabio Testi's character, with his wife, and
then he's got a little young mistress.
yeah, and it is actually, I don't know about you whether you picked up on it, but it is actually implied in one of the scenes that he was playing around with the first girl who died, got murdered.
Oh,
It's
really?
hinted at, yeah, it's hinted at by the policeman.
I think so. Yeah. Well, they mentioned it, but there was no evidence.
Yeah, there's no proof or anything. Yeah. No.
Right.
But then, like, again, the film's called, obviously, What Have You Done to Solange? And we don't get to see her character till, I think I timed it like 70 minutes in.
Yeah, 70 minutes. Exactly.
Yeah. When they first mentioned her name.
First mention her. Yeah. And that's a young Camille Keaton playing Solange.
It is, yeah. I was looking up a little bit about her, and this was her first film, first major film, and she
I didn't realize it. Yeah.
She basically was a model. She was doing modeling in Italy at the time, and she stood out to, I don't know, one of the producers or whatever.
Right.
And that's the way. Yeah, and she went on and done quite a few. She's done there's a box set in there. She's done Tragic Ceremony. She's did quite a few Italian films.
Right. I'm not trying to insult whoever's listening, but Camille Keaton, if people don't know, which I'm pretty sure most people do, that watch these type of films, is she's the main actress in I Spit in Your Grave.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And she doesn't have a lot to do, but the part requires, good acting for what it is. I think she does a really good job. I think she's one of the reasons. Well, obviously, she's in the title of the film, but she's one of the reasons this is a big success because she's fantastic. The last 20 minutes or so.
Oh yeah. I heard some backstory on that too, though. Like, I heard somebody. I think it was what's her name? Is that Karen Ball?
Yeah.
Or Bell? I don't know how you say her name. But she was saying that Dallamano was pretty intense toward her to get that reaction out of her. Did you hear that?
Yeah, well, it's I didn't go through the interviews on the Blu-ray this time, but I remember that. Yeah. Didn't she mention it in the interview?
Oh, go ahead.
Didn't she mention it in the interview? Yeah.
Yeah. She was talking about Dallamano was he was pretty hardcore toward her during certain scenes, and it kind of brought that out of her, But
right. Yeah.
But see, they can't do that now in films anymore because everybody's got to you got to put kid gloves on everybody, and you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing like that. But I think it worked either way. Whether it was right or wrong,
absolutely.
It still worked.
It's the old Fulci thing, isn't it? Really, it's the way you can get a good performance out of actresses just by
and people like Stanley Kubrick, shit, with Shelley Duvall and shit, but same deal, but
she seemed quite like in that interview. I don't know, from what I can remember, she seemed quite, I don't know, maybe bitter a little bit.
She seemed aggravated with Dallamano, the way he did everything, and she also talked shit on Fabio Testi. I was like, what the hell's going on here, man?
Right, I can't remember that.
That he couldn't remember his lines and all kinds of shit.
Really?
Yeah, she was pretty much, I noticed that on a lot of these, I think she's a German actress, right? I believe.
Yeah. And I don't think I've seen a lot of her, to be honest.
Right, but yeah, she talked some shit and talked about how horrible this movie was and perverted it was and all. all kind of shit. I was like, okay, why would they put her on this shit? You know?
Well, the thing is, she would have seen the script anyway, so she would have known what she was
Yeah.
getting herself into.
So she shouldn't have took the damn money, right?
Exactly. And I actually think she's really good in the role as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does a great job.
She plays this really dowdy character at first, but then halfway through the film, you know, when kind of, you know, I'm not going
Yeah.
to spoil anything, but the storyline changes, and then she kind of lets her hair down a little bit, and she gets, you know, quite a beautiful, you know, woman at the end of the day. But we don't see it really.
We got Anthony here, man.
Oh, nice one.
Anthony's Horror and More, man. We do quite a bit together, man, on with Pops and
yeah, I've seen Anthony. Yeah,
the WTF stream and stuff, and he's got a channel. So yeah, if y'all check his stuff out, man. He does a lot of reviews and collection updates and stuff like that, collectibles and stuff. Just check him out and subscribe to him. You know,
definitely. But like when I first watched this film, I was really late to the party on it. I didn't get to see this until about 15 years ago, maybe.
Damn.
Like,
yeah. See, like I said, my knowledge is not quite there yet. You know what I mean? But like I've only been into this for about 5 years or so. But I'm kind of wish I would have got into it way sooner. But
oh god, I would love to have got into this back in the like 80s or whatever. But then again, I don't think we would have got a chance to see the films the way we're seeing them today. So it's kind of, some of these films was kind of impossible to get hold of anyway. Like I say, with this film, the Region 1 DVD was, I just couldn't find it anywhere for like under £100, probably even more on eBay.
Right.
So I had to just watch this on a really crappy bootleg, and
So
when Arrow came out of it, I was like blown away.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is awesome. And I love this cover art versus the
oh god, yeah. I think
that's the cover art I like. Better than the I'll go ahead and show it. Flip it out.
Better than the reversion, yeah.
Yeah, this is the commission, right? That Arrow
right.
did.
Yeah, I'm not first on those, to be honest.
I don't know, man. It's kind of, I mean, it gets its point across, but
yeah, 9 times out of 10, I usually keep the original.
That's badass.
Yeah,
but
I think I've got like I'm sure I got a Mexican lobby card of it.
Okay.
Somewhere, but I would love to have got the poster, like that poster art would be fucking amazing on framed and what have you.
Right.
But yeah, so
yeah, we're not, like we said, we're not going to spoil anything, so we're not going to go too crazy into it. But I'm gonna there's not much to the chat. Anthony's saying sometimes you got to get tough with these pansy ass actors. These directors know how to wake up their actors that try to sleepwalk through their performances. Yeah,
exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
Fully agree, but they can't do that shit anymore. Or they, fucking Me Too come out on your ass.
Exactly. Yeah. It's different times, isn't it?
Right.
I think got to mention as well the cinematographer was Joe D'Amato, who actually directed one of my favorite films ever, Absurd, from 1981. It's like, you've obviously seen that, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a badass. It's like the Italian version of Halloween.
Oh god, yeah, it's blatant. It's completely blatant rip off of Halloween, but it's probably the best rip off of Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think like the cast and everything in this. We mentioned the music. The cast is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It does throw you a curveball, like I said, with the one character.
It's got a couple of twists,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's just like I said, the reveal, man. Damn, this reveal. Did not see that shit coming. Did not see it coming at all.
Beauty of this film, I think, is just
that's right. And that's what I love about the Jolly, man, because the reveals are not fucking lazy on the great
It's
ones.
fucking gruesome as well, really, if you think about it.
It is, man.
My
There's
first
some
reaction when I
disturbing
was,
scenes in this film for sure that
oh god,
stick with you.
absolutely.
They stay with you. So I'm just warning everybody. But
I
it
would,
is what it is. There's a lot to this film. I feel like that, like I said, Dallamano is trying to tell. I felt like he was trying to tell people some shit.
oh god, yeah, absolutely is. Um, and very much more so in the next film we're going to cover as well. There's a political statement there, which I think everyone will, I
Yeah.
can't wait to talk about that as well. But yeah, this film, was banned in the UK by 3 minutes. The German version actually trimmed 10 minutes of gore and nudity because, like you mentioned earlier about it being a crimi, they wanted to, pretty much like put it out that way, and which I don't know why they did that. It was also called, the US title was also called Terror in the Woods. I don't know if you've heard about
I didn't. The three that
that.
I found was like what I said. I like the Secret of the Green Pins because that sounds cool.
Yeah,
And then the skull that couldn't scream. I mean, that's that's
yeah,
I
and
like
there's
that too. I just don't feel like it fits this movie.
right. I
But
think it was called Who's Next as well.
oh yeah,
Which,
who's next?
uh,
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
it's also, I think,
it also deals with adultery. You know,
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
you know,
yeah, very much risque to say the least.
right.
I would imagine anyone watching this stream would probably not be sensitive anyway. So,
Well, hopefully we covered Solange without spoiling it. I mean, I think we did okay doing that.
yeah. Have you seen? I got it written down. Have you seen that? There's like a trailer for this, right? That was called the Rah Rah Girls, and it basically sells the film as a sex comedy.
Oh, really? No shit.
Yeah,
Damn. The hell?
I read about that. I haven't looked it up. I have to. I think
This
it's
is
out
such a
there.
dark film, man. So to mislead somebody that way,
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be pissed off if I went to go see a sex comedy and watch this shit.
You can imagine putting this on with your girlfriend, or something like that.
Right.
And there was a remake announced in 2015 with Nicholas Riffin, Winding Riffin. But now nothing come of it. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I'd love to see them do a good job, or whether they could nowadays. I don't know, to be honest.
Right.
So yeah, so you never know, that might come down the line anyway. But yeah, I don't know if you've got any other stuff you want to say.
No, man, I got it pretty much covered without like I said, without doing spoilers or whatever. I just wanted to briefly go over each one of these and kind of let some people know about them if they don't know. I mean, this is top tier Jolly, man. Like for
Oh
sure.
yeah, absolutely. There is, I will like to say, there is one line to keep an eye open for. And it's if you suffer a little, you deserve it. Is a line that comes up near the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's quite
Yeah. That
yeah,
sums up
something
some
else,
shit, don't it?
yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah.
You got Johnny in here, man. Johnny's gonna come on the stream next Saturday. We're gonna be doing
for the Barber film.
for the Baba stream.
Oh,
What's up? What's up, fellas? Glad to see another episode roll out on another Saturday. Dirk, as soon as we get off the phone, I watched Kill Baby Kill. You were spot on, brother. Loved it. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good
yeah,
stuff.
I'm sure we'll mention that quite a bit next week. I still need to get the Arrow of that, actually. Is there Arrow that pull that out?
I have the Kino, and that's the one Johnny has, the Kino.
I think I have the old Kino box set, like DVD box set. But that's definitely an interesting film.
I think I got Kill Baby Kill on the Kino sale for maybe $8. I mean, and it looks amazing. It looks really good.
It's definitely worth that. It's definitely worth $8. Yeah.
Right. I mean, Kino's not the biggest on the features, but anyway. Let's see. I got Anthony saying what's up to Johnny. And then Chubbs loves movies. Does Massimo have some recurring themes or signature styles in his films? Yeah, in these three he does. The
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
said, the recurring themes is pretty much the wicked older generation corrupting the youth of these
yeah.
young girls. And that's the main one that I do you know of any others? Maybe also warning girls, younger females that, these crazy things could happen to you because these girls are like they're getting into drugs and they're having to hide their pregnancies and get abortions and shit. So it's like I feel
Oh
like
yeah, these girls are not. They're a lot of these girls are willing, which is quite surprising.
right, but I
Uh,
feel like they've been corrupted, as
they've been
well
corrupted, yeah,
for
but
sure.
they do go, a
But they
little
got
bit
their own
too.
little clique. They're little badass little girls, but
Yeah,
it's like somebody in the dark, so to speak, kind of
right. Yeah, yeah.
lured them.
They're definitely manipulated and
Right.
corrupted, but
Yeah.
a couple of the girls do. You do seem to think that they don't give a fuck. They just carry
Yeah.
on.
They don't. Some of them, yeah. Some of them just are just gonna be badasses either way. So,
Yeah,
but I think
yeah.
that them, it's just like any other teenager though. When you're a teenager, you do dumb shit. You don't really know, you know,
No, exactly. Yeah,
repercussions of
exactly.
what's going to happen. But I think
Yeah.
that's what Dellamano's really in these films.
I think
Um,
there's a massive political, statement at the end of this next film we're going to cover, which is
oh yeah,
very profound. I think. You know.
yeah, and at the same time, it's not leaning one way or the other. Like I said, he's not gonna tell you what to think. You know, uh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't. That's how I
No,
interpret.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. He keeps it pretty
Yeah,
open. He
it's
doesn't
subtle.
force you into
It's not
thinking.
nailing you and punching you in the face, telling you to think this way, a certain way.
No.
That's why I do it. I appreciate that because I can't
Yeah.
stand a film trying to tell me what I need to think. You know what I'm saying?
He's basically telling you what's going on and for you to make up your own minds, kind
Right.
of thing. How
Yeah.
you feel about the situation and
Oh
all
yeah.
that.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, highly recommend these three films. I can't speak highly enough.
Right. And you got
So,
Johnny saying drugs and abortion sounds like the tip of the iceberg for Dirk's taste in the cinema.
right,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
definitely. So yeah, we're gonna come on to the second film. I don't know if
Yeah.
you want me to read out the blurb or you want to do it yourself. I don't mind.
Yeah, I can briefly go over the synopsis that I wrote for it.
Yeah,
And this is what have you done? What have they done to your daughters, right?
yeah.
And
1974.
the German title I found pretty interesting is Death Wears Black Leather.
Yeah, I seen that. It's
And
crazy, man.
and then there's another title, the Coed Murders.
Yeah, I've seen the poster to that.
And then the weakest of all the titles is The Police Ask for Help.
Right.
I don't like that title at all.
No,
But
no.
it's got Giovanna Raleigh. She's the assistant DA of Vittoria Story, and she is really, really damn good in this film. And you got Claudio Casanelli is Inspector Silvestri, and
Yeah,
I think this is probably his best role that I've seen him out of any film. And
absolutely.
to me, this is his best role. And I've only seen him a couple other times. The only one that really comes to mind is Suspicious Death of a Minor,
Yeah.
which he's good in that one, but I like this character more.
Yeah, he's pretty badass in this, I think.
Yeah, he don't, he's just trying to get the shit done, but he's got the higher authority stopping him and shit a little bit.
Yeah, he's got the whole red tape,
Right.
Like you said, the lady, Giovanna Raleigh,
Yeah.
she's in, I don't know if you know, she's in another giallo called The Cold Eyes of Fear, which is getting released, I think.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. There's just so many of them I need to see.
It's people say it's kind of a borderline giallo. I don't. I think it's a giallo. I know Steve Benfield thinks it's kind of not quite a giallo, but
Okay.
I like it. I think that's one I'm gonna get. I think it's like a limited edition coming out in June.
Right. But she does a really damn good job, and she's not the typical female. Like her role during this time, especially, you know, it's kind of surprising that this would usually be like a man's role, because she's a strong female. She's the assistant district attorney, and she's not a dumbass, you know, by any means. She's actually pretty damn smart. I mean, she gets scared in a part of this film, but she doesn't lose her mind and just a mindless dumbass, you know. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah,
She's actually a pretty damn strong character, you know. There's layers to her, depth.
Yeah,
to this
definitely
character.
one of the pluses of the film.
And she's beautiful as well.
Yeah, very striking. You know, if you get a chance, see the cover of Cold Eyes of Fear because she's on that. But the whole cast of this film is fantastic. You know,
right. I just was going to touch on them, but then you got the scores by Stelvio Cipriani. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, Cipriani. Yeah.
Which I, you know, at first I was listening to it and I was like, "What the hell, man? Is this?" Got the big band music going, and then it's like little girls singing. But then like today I had it playing in the background, like just the Blu-ray, you know, screen or whatever. And I was like looking at my cat, and I was like, you know what? It sounds like fucking cats. Did you ever notice that?
No.
Like the girls singing, it sounds like cats.
I think
maybe I'm losing my mind or something.
Yeah, I love it. I do though. I love the actual
like cats meowing or some shit, you know, like that's what it sounded like to me. But I don't know, man. But it is kind of haunting knowing what this film is like.
Especially having the young children singing as well.
Right, and then the score is not original though. It was in other films as well. I should have wrote notes down on that, but
I think I've got it somewhere written down somewhere. But the actual theme, I think, was original, wasn't it? But just some of the score, you know, some of the other parts of the music weren't.
Right. But what have they done to your daughters? A 15-year-old girl is found dead by apparent suicide by hanging. And the deeper the investigation goes, the assistant district attorney, Vittoria Story, and the inspector Silvestri believe she was murdered. An underage prostitution ring is involved. A meat cleaver wielding motorcycle madman killer seems to have his way as well, easily escaping police. It's just but yeah, man, he just anything you want to touch on? I mean, I don't want to.
It's not supposed to be a sequel to Solange, but like they're all intertwined, you know, the three films.
I feel like they're more sequels than, say, Argento's Animals. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
They're way more similar in tone.
Kind of unofficial sequels.
Yeah, it's like spiritual sequels, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. I think with this film as well, this film, even more so than Solange, this doesn't hold no fucking punches, man. It's
no, man.
Straight for the kill.
They get sleazer as they go on, and they get more brutal as they go on. Yeah.
This is a lot more grimier, a lot more grubbier than, you know, the first film.
Mm-hmm.
But that opening scene with the, you know, we get to see, you know, I don't think it's going to be spoiled in it, but we get an opening murder of or apparent suicide of a young girl, and the way it's done, you know, she's held up is very kind of brutal would be one word. And then you've got the sleazy kind of element as well, you know, with the policeman, you know.
That, like I said, that opening shot and the girls hanging, You see her,
It's,
you see
yeah,
her legs, and that's that camera technique that I was talking about,
right.
where
Yeah. He
it's
seems to
zoomed in on
frame
her.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's awesome, man. I don't know how to explain it. I see it in the spaghetti westerns too. That same technique, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mystery why he didn't go on and become, we know he passed away obviously at 59,
yeah,
because he should have been a lot bigger director, I think, than what he was. 11 films, I think, kind of got cheated a little bit there,
right.
obviously by his death, but he should have done a lot more during, his time on Earth as well. He really should have. Um, yeah, so I don't know where to begin with this film. It's just
Let me
goes for broke.
catch up with the chat. They
Yeah,
start.
carry on.
I'm not used to. We almost got. Well, we got 9 people in here, man. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
nice, nice.
I got So let's see. Yeah, here we are. So Chubbs loves movies. That makes me wonder about the state of society in Italy when these films were made. Yeah, man. It's
I think everywhere, really. I think it was definitely going on in the UK at the time. I think where you've got high society, male individuals, you're going to get corruption, and
right.
it goes on today. That's not pussyfoot around there. It does go on today.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
definitely touching on several things about the church and elite
yeah,
types and shit like that.
yeah.
Anthony says, I got you guys on my big screen right now. That backdrop is fucking dope dirt. That orange background with that chick's eye just looking at me freaky as hell.
No,
I'm glad you appreciate it, man. Gizmo said, hey,
hey,
sorry I'm
Gizmo.
late. We got Wes in here. All the way
Yeah,
live, god damn it. Darren fixed his phone.
yeah. I took
Yeah.
a bit of advice.
Welcome to the party, Gizmo. People saying, hey, Gizmo. Hey, Wes. Dead Pit. Hey, Wild Wrangler. Anthony, the Bat Pussy, and Johnny. What the hell?
Oh, right. I did see Gizmo's
Where is Holland?
update in the week.
Stream can't go without him. Yeah, I haven't seen Holland yet. He might be on someone else's stream, but I'm sure he'll make his rounds. I usually see Holland everywhere.
Yeah. But Gizmo, get a chance to see Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion. I think you'll like it. It's pretty good. It's kind of a giallo, and it's kind of like I suppose a bit of a police sort of investigation as well. But
Hey, I'll
there's
be
kind of
right
a twist in that film. It's brilliant. Yeah.
I'll be right back for a second.
Okay, no worries. There.
But you can go ahead and talk to the chat
Okay.
or
So yeah, if anyone has seen these 3 films, kind of, what's your thoughts and all that. You get a chance to put it in the chat so Dirk can read them out. And how you rank them, I don't know if you would rank them just 1, 2, 3. Because I know some people, the first 2 sort of intertwine. So a lot of people like this one we're going to mention now. What have you done to your daughters a little bit more? So yeah, it'd be interesting to get your thoughts and all that. They are quite. These films are just not going to be for everyone at all. And I think if I wouldn't watch these films with anyone who's quite sensitive to any type of. I don't want to spoil them. Probably people know what they're about, but yeah, pretty much if anyone's sensitive, just don't let them watch it because it might be a bit of a shock for some people. So yeah, trying to think now what I've got here. I've got a Blu-ray edition of this one, and the old Shameless DVD.
sorry about that, man.
That's all right, man.
I know this is an hour to kill, but we was at the hour mark, so it was an hour to piss.
Right, yeah, I've no doubt I'm going to be going soon anyway.
Right.
but it was.
Yeah, man. What have you done to your daughters?
Yeah, I like that cover art as well.
Yeah.
I kept that. But
The other one is kind of.
that's interesting. Mine, the Shameless, isn't it? There.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a little
But
sleazy there.
yeah.
But
Gotta love the look of the killer in this.
that's the alternate cover art.
See, that's pretty good as well. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like this one better for sure.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah.
That's what's her name? Giovanna Raleigh.
Yeah.
In his helmet, in the visor. And this
But
is
yeah,
like the first. This is also the first killer like this, right? With the helmet on, motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as I can tell, yeah, they didn't do. There was, obviously there was Night School. That was 81. Nightmare Beach was late 80s.
Right. It's kind of like I think they took from this.
Yeah. I think it's the first one to do that.
And it makes the killer makes sense because in where they're at is like there's a shit ton of mopeds and motorbikes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of motorcyclists, and so he can kind of blend in and shit. That's why it's so easy for him to get away too. I feel like.
Oh yeah, that fucking chase scene is amazing in this.
It is, man. It's
it kind of reminds you because we've been watching a few of the Eurocrime films last week because of Lens and that. It kind of gives you that vibe. But I've heard this is some people call this more of a Eurocrime than a Giallo. I don't get that myself personally.
It's a hybrid for sure, man.
It's definitely a mixture, but I'd say it's more Giallo for me. But
yeah, I feel like it's pretty even balanced for me.
Right.
I do see the Poliziotteschi shit for sure. With the
God, absolutely, yeah. And Castaneda, like you said earlier, is
Gizmo says I've seen them. Not my favorite Gialli, but still up there as cool films. I do think the one with the biker killer is the most fun one. Yeah, probably so. There's more happening in that one, in this one, but
no.
Solange is just a fucking masterpiece to me. But I give it a 9 out of 10.
I did as well. Solange is like it's more. Yeah, this is more action-packed kind of thing. Solange is just more of a slow burn, but it's great.
Yeah,
this one just never. Yeah,
really
exactly,
great.
Yeah, this one just doesn't hold up at all.
We got Wes. When was the last time y'all had a fresh slice of baklava?
I'm quite quit drinking at the moment, so.
I quit drinking quite 2015.
Good for you, man. Yeah.
Let's see. Great stream so far, guys. I'm getting a lot of solid recommendations. Hell yeah,
nice.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll dig Daughters for sure, Anthony.
Oh god, yeah. It's like I say, it's action packed. It's totally different to Solange, which is good.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get the same film twice.
Right.
I was reading up that this film is very similar to a Giallo called Calling All Police Cars. That come out a year later in 1975. Have you seen that one? I've never seen that one.
I've never heard of it.
I think the one of the girls is in it. One of the main girls in this film with the long hair from the start of the film. So yeah, I definitely wrote it down because it piqued my interest a little bit when they said that.
Chubbs Loves Movies says, haven't seen any of these films, just started watching Giallo type films, so my perspective is from someone that knows nothing. Well, that's all right, man. You got to start somewhere. I mean,
exactly. We all started somewhere.
But it seems like you got an interest in it. So I mean, like me, when I started, I was like, I went down a fucking rabbit hole, and look where I'm at now. So,
well, yeah, I started probably 15 years ago, and I mean, even I haven't touched the surface on some of them.
Right.
I was saying to Turk, there's lists out there like Giallo films, well over 200. And if you count all the stuff that's like kind of got Giallo stuff in them, then it goes on and on. But I want to get to a point where I want to see every single Giallo film ever made.
Right.
Hopefully in my lifetime. But we'll
And
see.
speaking of Gizmo, he said he wants to own every Italian film ever made.
What?
So,
Wow.
but he says, I don't remember much from Red Rings of Fear, but I remember it was slow and looked a bit cheaper. I don't know
It was
about
cheaper,
slow.
yeah.
You think it's slow? I don't think
I
it's
thought
slow.
the first hour was quite slow, yeah. But I mean, the
I don't know.
last half hour fucking makes up, man. I can't wait to talk about the last half hour. Of that
I guess
film.
that's subjective too, because I mean, a lot of times people say something slow and I feel like it was paced fine, and then some, it's all in the eye of the beholder, I guess. But
Oh
let's
yeah,
see.
yeah, absolutely.
Great cover motorcycle helmet. Yeah, man. Gizmo said, "Is Red Rings of Fear on any good physical so far? I've only seen it illegal, but hey, was not me who downloaded it. Oh yeah, I'm sure it wasn't. But yeah, it's on physical, man. We'll get into it, but it's Scorpion releasing. Has it on blue.
Yeah,
So
that's the one to go for. I think that's the only Blu-ray release.
that's the only one I know of. But
yeah, and it's the better sort of aspect ratio and all that. So,
right.
But touching on Claudio Castanelli, strangely enough, the director, obviously, of this film passed away in a car accident, and he went on to die in a helicopter accident on the set of a film. I'm trying to think what it's called now. Hands of Steel. Don't remember that from there.
Yeah. He died in a helicopter accident, right?
Yeah, Sergio Martino film.
And I saw that that John Saxon,
Yeah.
could have been in that same helicopter with him.
Wow.
Did you see that?
No.
Saxon denied. He refused to go because he didn't want to go against the union, because he could at the time he could only film. He could only do films in Rome.
Okay, yeah.
So that's really what saved his life.
That's some like Final Destination shit there.
Right. With John Saxon, man. Wouldn't that be a trip? But this, Claudio Casanelli died at the age of 46.
Yeah. Again, we completely robbed there,
Yeah, man.
He's
a great actor. He never gets talked about.
He's good in everything. He's good in everything. Because I'm not a massive fan of.
Kind of wooden, He's, but I don't agree.
I think he's your typical, like Fabio Testi as well. Your typical, 70s fucking hard man.
Yeah. I feel like they're different though. Their approach,
Yeah.
I feel like Claudio, he seems more intelligent.
Yeah. He's more of a man's man, I'd say. Like Fabio's more, he's like a womanizer as well.
Yeah.
But that does come across on screen. But yeah, there's another guy in this as well. The policeman early on, Mario Dorf.
Oh yeah.
In
Inspector Valentini.
That's right, yeah. And he plays, he plays a bit of a cameo, but he's quite a big role in terms of, subject matter. He's also in another good film called Short Night with Glass Dolls.
Oh yeah, I still need to see that shit. Yeah,
I highly recommend that.
You and Steve both have told me about to check that one out. I still haven't got around to it.
It's kind of not. Don't go in expecting like a Black Glove Killer and all that, because you won't get that.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. That I don't have to have a Black Glove Killer.
If you like sat down and you're ready for like hour 40 minutes of a slow burn, I think you'll really like it.
I can do it, man.
Oh
I appreciate slow burns as long as there's a good payoff.
Yeah. And this did actually have 2 stars in minor roles that starred in the film The Night Train Murders by Aldo Lado.
Oh yeah.
Franco Fabrizi plays like the sleazeball in this, like the photographer at the start of the film. And Marina Berti, who plays the mother in Night Train Murders.
She's a well-known actress.
Very good actress, yeah.
In Italian cinema.
But like the cast in this, even the lower, the not so well-known cast, all do a good job. I think, it's like a stellar kind of all round, really.
Yeah, I mean the whole damn cast is excellent. I feel like
Yeah.
To me,
That's Cipriani's. Go on.
Who do you think
Go
the
on,
standout? Who do you think the standout is in this film? Would you say?
Right, if I'm thinking about it now, I like Castanelli.
Yeah,
Castanelli.
it's like
I,
a toss up for me between him and Giovanna Raleigh.
she's excellent. I've actually read in some circles that she kind of steals the film. She's that
Yeah,
good, and I don't disagree with that at all.
yeah, I believe her.
But,
I believe her. Her
yeah,
acting. You know.
I think they all do a good job though. Even like Mario Dorf,
Hmm.
even the role of the girls. You know, even though they're not on screen a lot.
Right.
The one main girl, you know, she got the long sort of blondish hair. Well, she does a good job. She comes across as really sort of scuzzy and
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
you talking about the little badass?
yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't look 19. I think she was 19 when she
Oh,
made
they
this.
don't, man. A lot of these
She
girls
looks
don't
about
look.
15.
Yeah.
She went on, which is quite strange enough, to star in like Italian Playboy magazine a few years
Yeah.
after.
Right. Yeah, I heard about that.
So I thought that was crazy, man.
I forgot
The
to
sip,
read the beginning of Daughters.
yeah, go on, go on.
The what is it? The warning? Is it a warning or is it like a disclaimer? Let's say.
Right, yeah, I'm
So it
with you.
says everyday cruel and apparently inexplicable things happen. Only through a faithful reconstruction of these incidents, it is possible to understand their dramatic and disturbing significance.
Yeah, and
That's
this is
before the film starts, you know.
yeah, this is kind of more so got a bit more of the Catholic, you know, storyline to it
Hmm.
without giving anything away. The Cipriani score you mentioned earlier was from the Great Kidnapping. Got parts of that.
Oh yeah, yep.
I've never seen that, but
I haven't either. That's where I saw where I heard.
um,
There's
and
also in this film, like it kind of leaves a lot to the imagination. It does have some pretty brutal moments, like the in the morgue. Um,
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
you know, a lot of people might laugh at it or whatever, but the idea behind it, I mean, this son of a bitch cut this guy up
Right,
into
yeah.
damn pieces, man. He's in basically slabs like a butcher does does something.
Yeah,
It's that's a
it's
brutal ass moment, you know.
like I say, it holds no punches.
And
It's
he warns the guy's wife too. He's like, "Hey, no, you know, you don't
yeah,
need to see
yeah,
that." And she says, "I want to see what happened to him." And they pull the sheet, and then you see her. She's all like, "Ah," you know.
yeah.
Like,
What I
and
like about
he's
this
like,
as
"Bitch, I
well
told you so."
is it kind of we see a lot of the aftermath of the kills more than the actual
Right.
kill,
It leaves a
which
lot to the imagination, like
yeah,
especially
like you
with
just said,
and
it's
the tape recordings.
exactly yeah.
The tape
Um,
recordings that you're hearing that these old men are doing to these girls, it's like, what the
right.
shit? You know, it's pretty. I think that's more effective than actually showing the shit. You know,
Oh god, yeah, because they did do porn like inserts they filmed
right?
for this. That would have I would like well. I wouldn't mind seeing a version where they inserted them just to have two versions of the film. You know,
Yeah,
I think that would have been interesting. But
right.
I've seen them once. I think apparently they're quite, you know, just your normal everyday 70s
It's
porn.
pretty gross though, really, man.
Yeah,
Like, you get this
yeah.
hairy son of a bitch, and like I don't need to see that shit. I don't know.
I think it would have been interesting to see how it played out because I would imagine they would have added those scenes in when you get sort of there's a tape recorder that goes on in the film.
Yeah,
I would imagine they would have gone
those
in that
clips.
scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe if they did small doses, but I don't need to see full on crazy shit. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But hold on, I thought let's see. Oh, Johnny said, Chubbs, you came to the right place for excellent recommendations. Well, I appreciate it, Johnny. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're
Appreciate that.
trying, and you know, we get we're doing some things over here, trying to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks for all the support, all the
yeah, man.
comments and
I
everything.
got
It's
I got 8
fantastic.
people in here. That's cool, man. I mean,
Yeah, like I said, when we started doing this, me and Dirk would just bullshit on films anyway. So
right?
we thought, why not just be on camera while we do it and sort,
Yeah,
hopefully put some people onto some, really good films and need, a
yeah.
bit more love.
Get some lesser known stuff out there, man. I mean, everybody
Yeah,
knows
man.
about Suspiria and Deep Red and shit like that, but
And the Scream sequels.
right, and Scream
But
and all the main franchises, you know.
I can't be doing that shit, to be
I mean,
honest.
why? I mean, that stuff's talked to death, you know.
Exactly.
But
Well, you're
so
not going to get
Gizmo
us fucking like ranking every Scream mask on this video.
Gizmo says I still want to see Footprints on the Moon. Been
Oh
on my
man,
radar since I got old and grumpy. I need to check it out.
Gizmo, that is one of my favorite films ever. Honestly, it's fucking fantastic. It's another one that don't go in expecting a black earth killer and all that. It's just a slow burn, but it's fucking blew my mind. Honestly, I've seen that film back 10 years ago, and recently it's on the box set.
Mm.
It's come out on a box set, but go for that, man. Don't sit on that too long because it's a fantastic film. It's
Oh,
definitely one I
Gizmo
want to cover.
placed his order already, I'm sure. Right after you said that.
Right. It's
He's
one
like
on.
that. Gizmo, he'll buy some shit now.
If it doesn't come up on you, then it's going to come up on the Eurocult podcast we do because
Right.
that is fucking hands down one of the best films ever made. I think.
Yeah, I had let's see. Um yeah, I think I've covered all this. What I was just saying.
Right. I've got like well, certainly the standout scene or one of the standout scenes for me is when Story gets stalked like in the underground car park.
Fucking right. Yeah, I
I
forgot
thought
to
that was
mention that.
fucking amazing, man.
That should be an iconic scene. It should be.
Oh
Most people
god.
should see that. If
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
else, watch that fucking scene. That's
That could
fucking awesome.
make it show real, the
Yeah,
director
man.
show real because the fucking suspense, the dark sort of
Exactly.
shadows, it's
The
as
way
good
it's
as
lit, the
anything
way
we
it's
see,
filmed, the
Yeah,
it looks like it's zooming in and it's not. That's actually somebody moving with the camera and
yeah,
it and
yeah.
it looks like it's
Like,
zooming in and it's fucking amazing.
there's like a cat and mouse sort of chase as well. If I think if Argento would directed that, people would be fucking going nuts over it. It really is that good. And then, of course, you got the elevator scene straight after, which reminded me a little bit of like Case of the Bloody Iris, which we covered not long ago on your World Cult.
Oh yeah,
Uh, and
that's a great one
Dress
too.
to Kill as well. You got, a decent sort of elevator scene. I tell you what was a bit gnarly as well in this film was the actual explanation of, without I'm not going to spoil who the killer is or anything, but they were actually like using a bottle, and they were because they were impotent.
Oh
And I
yeah.
thought, fuck me, man. When I first,
Yeah.
saw that scene or saw that explanation, I was like, man,
Yeah, that's
you
rough.
know, yeah, because
That's
we're no
just the
prudes
vision.
or anything, but
That's what I'm saying. Like leaving things to the imagination. A lot of times is worse than actually seeing the damn thing. You know.
right, yeah, yeah.
So,
Um, what do you think about the ending? Like, without giving anything away, I thought like because there's two twists to the ending. I thought the first twist was kind of a bit of an anticlimax, a little bit, but the actual profound sort of message the second twist gives you right at the end, I thought was fucking amazing.
yeah, that's what
Does
we were
kind of
talking about the
leave you,
message, right? Like
yeah,
with
yeah,
these higher up people, these
exactly.
elitist type people in the dark, uh, they're never gonna get in trouble for
It
the shit
might
they do.
leave it might leave you a bit angry, but
Right.
it certainly gives you this film will make you fucking, respond in different ways and have feelings about certain things and
Yeah.
all that. It really does. It can hit quite hard. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just completely highly recommended.
Yeah.
It's
Because
not
I
quite
wrote
as good as Solange, is it? I don't think, but
no at one
it's good.
time I thought it was because there's some pretty amazing shit with the chase scenes and like we was talking about the
Yeah,
underground car garage scene
right.
is
Yeah,
fucking awesome. It is.
It's amazing. Just people watch that, please.
Right. It's got some really great shit to it. But Solange still to me is a better film. But like this is right after, what, 2 years after? 1 year after?
2 years, yeah. It's as good a follow up as you think you could get, really, because I don't think anything could like top Solange. It really is.
Well, who would you prefer between Casanelli or Testi? Like as the main lead.
Yeah. I think they're both fantastic. Possibly maybe Testy, just because I like Solange a little bit more.
Right.
But take nothing away from Castanelli, like I mentioned earlier.
I'm kind of, yeah. I'd probably say Testy as well.
Yeah, you kind of got a little bit more acting chops, if you like, in his role actually. Where Castanelli's more, like you said, he's more of a hard man. He plays that role fantastic. But yeah,
that's what I put down though. I forgot because Chubbs had asked about themes, and we didn't touch on this one because I know I was forgetting one. So there's themes of masters and slaves. There's themes of that shit too.
Yeah.
Masters and slaves. So
it's I don't know what else to say about it. It's
without spoiling it, right?
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
But excellent killer in this. Excellent look of the killer.
Yeah. I think by what we've just mentioned, you'll get pretty much get the gist of what we're trying to say without spoiling it. So you can imagine we are trying to tiptoe around it a little bit.
Yeah, trying to hold back. I don't want to ruin the films because they're definitely worth watching.
Oh God, I'd say that both of them would be blind buys. If you're into giallo films and you haven't got these,
if you're into this, and it's not just they're just not exactly giallo. They're, like we said, polizioteschi.
Right.
Well.
Yeah.
They're a mix of the two, so they're more believable, in my opinion. These are more believable than most gialli that I've seen.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because Martino's films,
and they're real grim. They're real gloomy. There's not a lot of pretty colors and shit everywhere,
Yeah. Whereas, like you say, Martino's films are more some of the killer. We get the conclusions of the killers and all, and it's really far out, and I love all that. Yeah. But this is more realistic, like you say. It's definitely,
and it's very well thought out. Whoever which we know Dallamano had a lot to do with the writing of these.
Yeah, I would imagine he probably 90% of the writing he probably did.
The characters have depth. I mean, it's just so much. The camera work's awesome. I mean, we could keep on and on about.
I could wax lyrical about these films.
The first two,
but, even the third one, I'm going to come on to. And if anything, I think talking about Rings of Fear, I've actually probably got a little bit more to say on that than the other two, to be honest, because it's a fucking wild film.
Yeah, man, because I hadn't seen it when we decided to do this.
Yeah. I knew you'd like it. I actually knew you'd like it.
And it really, the reveal in this one is fucking great, man. Don't see that shit coming. And you won't see that shit too many times.
There's no way you
can watch. If somebody told me that they figured out this fucking reveal, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah. Even there's two twists in this, and even both of them, I wouldn't have worked out both of them.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know where to begin with this one.
Yeah, man. Do you want to go or I can go? I can mention we already mentioned the alternate titles. Enigma Rosso, which is so here's the Blu-ray, Gizmo, or whoever's interested.
I need to get that Blu-ray.
But it's Scorpion releasing. It's not no reverse cover art or nothing, but
I have got the rip of it.
Yeah,
The commentary track on that mine is fantastic. By
and I gotta say, this. I mean, as these movies go, as these films go, they get sleazier as they go. And this is definitely the sleaziest of the three.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Especially one scene in particular, and we are going to talk about that scene. That's just
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, definitely. This
that's pretty
film is so fucking. The last
very
30
fucking
minutes of this
disturbing.
film is so good. Um, if you obviously watch this film and you think after 20, 30 minutes, it might be a little bit slow, which it is,
Yeah,
fucking strap yourself in for the last 30 minutes because hands down, this one, you will not forget it ever. You
yeah,
will
no,
not forget any
no,
of
you're not
the.
gonna forget this damn, especially the end.
Exactly. So we got a young girl is brutally raped and murdered. When her body is discovered wrapped in plastic in the river, Inspector DeSalvo is assigned to investigate. He soon uncovers a hotbed of corruption and underage prostitution linked to a posh girls' college. But when he comes close to uncovering a lead, the murdering starts again. And yeah, that sums that up really well. We have got Fabio Testi come back from Solange in a different role, which was interesting.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
Inspector Gianni.
yeah, I didn't quite like him as much as I did in Solange, even though he plays a right fucker, doesn't he? In
Yeah, he's
Solange.
a little different, and he's got a shit ton of cats and shit. He lives alone. But
Yeah, he's quite made out to be quite a lovable character in a way, because especially what he does in the end, which
mhm.
we won't
Yeah,
mention at
yeah,
the
yeah,
moment.
for sure. The what do you call it? The wrapped in plastic thing. I mentioned it on Dana's stream the other night because her and Uncle Bill are about to be doing the
Twin Peaks.
Twin
Yeah.
Peaks series, and I was telling her about the is that Lord uh, from Twin Peaks? Is it what's her name?
Yeah, Laura, I think. Yeah.
Laura.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So I think that maybe that was taken from this film, the wrapped in
I
plastic,
do as well.
the
Yeah.
female wrapped in plastic. Yeah.
I think
And also the parallel of the girls. They're they're just like that character that's in Twin Peaks. She has two
right.
sides to her as well, So
Yeah,
I
I
brought
would
that up.
imagine Lynch's probably seen it at some point, um, or even not if not Lynch, maybe producer or someone like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, you
I'm sure
can't
Lynch
help but
probably saw that. Yeah,
notice that, you know,
right.
um,
And that
because
opening again, the openings in these films is like, bam, right in your
oh
face and
god,
shit.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like,
fucking hits you straight right in the head as soon as
they
you
don't
start
hold back,
watching.
man. They're letting you know what you're getting into. You know.
Absolutely. So yeah, we got there was the original director for this was Piero Sciver Zappa, who actually directed a decent giallo called The Frightened Woman in 1969. Pamina Rylands, I think is the AKA. That's a good film in itself, cool film. But then he pulled out for some reason, and Alberto Negrin, who was basically a TV director in Italy at the time,
Yeah, this is his
um,
only feature,
yeah,
right?
come on board. So obviously Dallamano sort of had the original idea.
Right.
I'm not sure how much was of the script was changed. I would imagine quite a bit though, because there's like 8 different writers, I think.
I know I
Right.
mentioned it earlier, but people that just came in later, like Dallamano was ready to film this, but died in a
Yeah,
car crash, and many people believe that uh, it was a plan.
yeah, yeah.
Did
So we went
did I just cut out for a
yeah,
second?
only like a slight little
Okay.
second.
Yeah,
You're back now.
many people believe it was a planned accident. I'm just letting the other people that came in case they wasn't at the beginning,
Yeah.
know. But
So yeah, this film basically had like various different drafts of the script. One was titled Nemesis, which completely makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And another one was entitled Anelli Contriata de Pora. The latter one inspiring, Rings of Fear, Red Rings of Fear.
Yeah.
There was a lot of problems with this shoot mind, wasn't there? Did you read up on that or?
Yeah, I seen where, because it looks fucking weird too when you're watching the movie. It looks like there's some scenes missing.
Yeah, it doesn't
especially
make complete sense all the way through.
especially between Fabio Testi and his girlfriend,
yeah,
Christina.
because for some fucking reason, halfway through, she decides to say, "I will be here when you come home," and then she completely
what the fuck happened? Yeah,
yeah.
There's no reason, unless the only reason is because he's gone, like the basic police trope, right? Where he's gone all the fucking time. He's more interested in his job than his relationship. And, if that's what it is, then okay. But, they could have at least fleshed that out a little more. But that's why I'm saying it looks like, there's some shit missing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they didn't have the money to finish the film. Like one of the actors, I've come on, we're in a bit, I've got a bit written down about it, Jack Taylor, Jumping Jack Taylor, as we call him, me and Steve. He basically, and Fabio Testi as well, has gone on record to say that it was a bad experience. They run out of money. The producer or production manager turned around and said, "We can either finish this film and try and get some money back in the sales, or we can just fucking discard the film completely." And everyone decided there and then to carry on with it.
They were like, "No, we're gonna get some money out of this deal."
Yeah, the production design.
That's something we didn't bring up though during this time. So I didn't know this. During this time though, a lot of these schoolgirls type films were popular in Italy.
Right. Yeah, I know there's quite a few like sexy comedies, schoolgirl comedies.
Yeah,
I think Outreach Finesse was in a few,
mm-hmm.
but I've not really seen a lot, to be honest. You don't really get this type of storyline. I can't really remember offhand. There probably has been a few films that do a similar thing, but can't remember anything offhand.
Let me I'm gonna catch up with the chat right quick.
Yeah, carry on, man.
Okay, let's see.
There's so much to say about this film.
Okay, Chubbs Loves Movies says I nickname you guys Brad, you guys and Brad, Pops, Anthony, Gizmo, the Nasties. That worked. I think I will use that name on Tinder when I go single with the Nasties. Sounds even gross and scary in Norwegian. Let's see. I've never even seen these flicks, and you guys have me putting them to the top of the list of my next order from Orbit. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, don't sit on it.
I think Johnny, he'll appreciate the shit out of these movies for sure.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen 5 Women for the Killer? Vinegar is releasing it this month. Yes, I just placed an order. So
I have seen that. I think I give it a 5 out of 10, but I've only seen like the VHS rip. I will be getting that release. It's kind of okay. I'd say it's kind of average, but who knows, with a decent, camera negative and 4K and all that, you might bump it up a little bit. It's worth getting. It's worth maybe having anyway. Collection.
Well, I haven't. Let me rephrase that. I haven't seen the film, but I have ordered it, and I did see Vinegar release it. That's what I meant. So
yeah, it's kind of your standard giallo, but
okay,
it's decent.
Well, it's kind of like I'm kind of in the mindset where now I don't mind owning all the gialli. I really don't. So
whatever. I buy them all. I do. Yeah, even if I don't like them as much, I just buy them for the collection.
Like I haven't gotten rid of the card player, and I really don't like that one, but I'm not gonna get rid of it.
That one's great. Well, yeah, we will cover them again, but some of Argento's lesser known titles I love, and some people don't. But I know you don't like the Stendhal syndrome, do you? But I love that film.
I need to go back to it. I'll give it a fair shake. I did give it a 5 out of 10 on the
It's
first
a
watch.
fucking masterpiece, I tell you. Once you get into it, and it might click with you. Once it does, it's
I think some
trauma.
of the CGI was kind of pissed me off a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I can see where you're going.
But Gizmo says same director who did many Mondo films from Italy. He did not start the genre, but still managed to create 3 or 4 Mondo films.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just go in with like a little bit low expectations.
Anthony says, hell yeah, the nasties. I like it. Hell yeah. Gizmo says, I like the serious Jolly best, but I do love the sleaze so bad. They get great because they make no freaking sense, like Body Puzzle. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So diverse as well. Some of them don't make a lick of sense, and you can just go. You just go
gotta
along for the ride.
suspend
Just
disbelief. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are fun, and then you got these films who are just absolutely not fun.
I don't
at
know.
all, but
It's kind of funny that whole subject too, like to suspend disbelief, because some films I can let the shit slide, but then some of them I can't forgive the film for doing some of the shit they do. It's odd how that
right.
works,
Some of the newer films I can't, really. Yeah. But some of the giallo are just so fun and just outrageous. I can give them a pass, But some of the newer stuff, the more serious stuff, I can't. I guess.
It depends too. If the film is really trying to be serious and then it does some lazy shit, it'll piss me off, So
yeah, I don't usually get too pissed off with stuff like that, but yeah.
I mean, not like breaking shit, pissed off, but like like just irritated, like you insulted my intelligence, motherfucker, kind of shit.
Right. So I kind of don't know where to go with this, like to begin with.
Hell, we can start with the crosscut.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to mention a whole lot of shit. I'll give my synopsis that I wrote for it.
Go on, go ahead.
Okay. So Inspector Gianni is trying to figure out who raped and killed a 16-year-old with some kind of blunt object. It's a Poliziotteschi giallo, but much heavier in the police side of things, in my opinion. 3 girlfriends of the victim are called the Inseparables, and Gianni concentrates his suspicions on them. He's trying to basically see where they're not necessarily that they had something to do with it, that he thinks that the killer, he's following them to try to find the killer, basically. But
right, yeah. I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen a film from 1978 called A Sister of Ursula.
I haven't seen it, no. But I heard it's probably the sleaziest of them all. So
it's kind of got something very big in common with this film. That's all I'm going to say. I love it. I love A Sister of Ursula. Really good film.
Right.
But yeah, it's got a great, to begin with, we've got a great cast. You've got Jack Taylor, who's pretty much, he went over to Mexico, I think, in the 60s, and then ended up in Spain and done a lot of Jess Franco films. And he pops up in like everything, and he's really good. He like to one of the most notable films he did was Pieces. Mm-hmm. He's like the professor in that,
and that's like a giallo in a way.
Yeah,
it's a giallo. It's a giallo slasher hybrid.
Yeah. That's another one we will cover as well.
Oh yeah, but eventually.
Yeah, some of the dialogue in this as well. Like you've got, the lead sort of DeSalvo. Is it DeSalvo? And he comes out with, that one line, like somebody with a cock this big.
Yeah.
Somebody with a cock this big raped Angela Russo and threw her in the river.
Yeah, he's bitching at all the teachers and the people because they're very lenient on how they let the girls that live, that the girls actually live there. So they're lenient. They let them go home if they want to go home. And then some of the teachers fucking sleep there too. So he's like, what the fuck is this shit? You know,
Yeah. Yeah. You don't take no shit. He takes no
yeah. He
prisoners.
goes and he does some shit that really you wouldn't be able to, no cop could get away with. You know, he goes in there, wakes every fucking body's ass up in the middle of the night. He's turning fucking lights on, screaming at people like, who the fuck killed this girl? Kind of shit.
Yeah.
And no,
Yeah,
that shit wouldn't go down. His ass would be, they'd take his badge and gun right away, you know.
Yeah. The actual, like you said, the intersplice scene with
yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna mention it without spoiling it.
No, I mean it's not a spoiler. There's a scene in the film though. Get ready because it's pretty like, and it's not like, it's like another mental thing, you know, kind of really. It's not too damn, you know, too vulgar. It's just
right.
It's the idea behind the shit. There's a girl getting an abortion, and then there's a girl getting hammered. It's like a abortion cross-cut scene. Some guys slam. It's like a first-person point of view with a big old dildo. You know, it's like fucking what the fuck.
Yeah,
and it's going back and forth between that scene and the abortion. It's like fuck is going on.
Yeah, it's it's interesting to see. Like, you know, it's totally. I've never seen that at all in any.
No, that's definitely fucking. That's why
it's
this
kind
is
of
probably the sleaziest of the three.
Because you get a similar thing in Don't Look Now, obviously not with the wooden fucking dildo or anything, but Don't Look Now, you get like the sex scene and you get like sort of getting ready to go out to dinner and they're sort of intertwined.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but obviously this is with a fucking giant wooden dildo and some quite raunchy sort of sex scenes interspliced. It's fucking amazing. But we got, oh god, man, we got so much to talk about. So Jack Taylor's in a couple of very memorable scenes in this. The first, when he's fucking, for a start, he's got a fucking perm, and it's so laughable. Anybody who knows Jack Taylor, like, you know, from the old Spanish films. And he's doing his fucking hair curling shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he's in a ton of films, right?
Oh, God, yeah. He's in the Ghost Galleon as well. I've done one of the Blind Dead films.
Blind Dead, yeah.
But his sort of there's two big scenes. You know, basically, Fabio Testi's character takes him up on a fucking roller coaster as an interrogation ride, and it is fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, the roller coaster scene where he's fucking shaking him on the roller coaster.
Fuck me, man. That could be in any fucking Argento sort of giallo anywhere.
Yeah,
and be amazing.
To interrogate somebody using a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, exactly. Hands down, is probably one of the, out of the three films, it's up there in the top three scenes of you know, out of the three films we're going to cover. It's fucking amazing. And then he leaves him on the roller coaster as well afterwards, which is funny.
Yeah, he makes him go, and he's like, "No, you stay on."
Yeah,
yeah. He's trying to get down to the bottom of this shit, man.
It's worth the price alone, the admission fee alone, just to see this scene.
Right.
And yeah, no, you know, there's a death scene as well where someone gets killed with curlers, which is quite funny as well.
I'm gonna catch this chat again.
Yeah, carry on, man.
Let's see.
Hopefully, people are enjoying this.
Yeah, I think so, man. We got 8 people in here. It keeps shifting back and forth, but you know, I mean,
I'm happy just to have 2 or 3 people, man.
Yeah, man.
Everyone's like, you know, welcome and
right. Let's see. I got the Gizmo. Oh yeah, okay. He said that one. Johnny Dirk, is that a House of the Devil shirt? Yeah, man. House of the Devil. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, that's it.
That's one I need to see as well.
That's a great Ty West. That's my favorite Ty West film. And, you know, a lot of people are putting over X and Pearl, which X is really good. I like Pearl too, but a lot of people consider Pearl the best. But whatever. This is my
Yeah, I
favorite.
didn't get that one. I always thought X was better. But...
Yeah, I thought X was better than those two, but this to me is my favorite Ty West. This is an extremely fucking slow burn, and
right.
The girl in here, she's in college too, so that's kind of like why I threw it on. She's nothing like these girls, but she's and it takes place in the fucking 80s and shit. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, I think
and made for nothing. I mean, there's hardly no money, and it bombed big time. But I'm not gonna go into it. But yeah, man. Let's see, Anthony. Fuck yeah, it is, Johnny. That shirt is dope as hell. Oh, appreciate it, man. Ty West's best slow burn you can't look away from, especially the headshot in the car that comes out of nowhere. Yeah, fucking right, dude. Yeah. Let's see. It's so cool the amount of violence that they're able to get away with in these films. I guess they don't have an MPAA in Italy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. House of the Devil is on my top 20, at least, of the best horror films after 2005. Yeah, man. It's a solid film, man, for real. Let's see. Yeah, Johnny, that shit was so well done. Let's see. Whoa, Johnny. What's up, my man? Hope all is well, bro. Romano. That's wicked, brother. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
So yeah, without like obviously we're not giving spoilers or anything, but there's another scene that's like with the use of marbles in this.
And the shot where the girl she slips on. I mean, I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but I mean, I think it shows it in the trailer. I'm not sure, but the girl slips on some marbles. She's going up the stairs. She slips on some marbles and then she grabs the statue of Mother Mary and then falls down with the fucking statue. I think that was saying something big time. Like,
oh god, yeah, this has got
from what I'm seeing. When I see that scene, I'm seeing, you're dependent on the church and it's going to let your ass down.
Yeah. There's a big Catholic sort of element to this. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's definitely some themes against the fucking Catholic Church for sure.
But the use of marbles is a kind of like is kind of weird in a way. The way it's used, but I thought, but it makes complete sense when you watch the end of the film.
Yep. Some of the shit I'm still trying to wrap my brain around, like because I've seen the film twice now, and but I'll talk to you more about it later. I don't want to spoil it for nobody.
No, when we do get onto the end, it's completely what the fuck. It could even be one of your what the fuck fucking endings in your streams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's crazy, man. But it's so, like I say, there's so much to say, really. It does, like you mentioned there, it does reprise the kind of Catholic sort of hypocrisy that was, in a lot of these films at the time. I know Don't Touch Your Duckling on there and films like that. I've got, then you've got the whole anonymous letters as well, sort of subplot.
Yeah, from Nemesis. Yeah, man.
I thought that was done really well. Completely had me fooled.
That kill with the motorcyclist. That's pretty.
Oh yeah.
There's some really good kills in this one.
Yeah, this sort of, you would not think going into this that it would be on a par with the other two films, and it's not as good.
It's not as good as the other two, but I think
the last 30 minutes is I think as entertaining as anything you'll ever see.
Yeah, man. The end of this film definitely, you're not going to see that shit coming. And if you love that type of shit, I think you'll appreciate this.
That shit's going to stick with you as well. You're never going to forget it. I think the guy said in the commentary track, you're never ever going to forget that.
And then it's another twist too after you find out.
Oh,
another twist. So it's like, I love that shit about these films. There'll be like fucking 6, 7 fucking twists.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm exaggerating, but like sometimes there's fucking 4 twists. Let's be real,
But yeah, like I say, to me, it's it's a strong genre. I would love to have seen it being made with a little bit more money because it does come across as a little bit cheap. They did have a lot of problems, didn't they, making it? I think, like I said, Testy and Taylor didn't particularly talk very warm about it. But you can only do with what you got, the money you got. I thought they'd done a good job because Taylor was saying they sort of got bits and pieces of the film. They had to put it together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
And even though we mentioned the bit with the girlfriend going missing, I thought they did a good job. That was the only point I thought. I thought, what the fuck's going on there? But apart from that, I thought it was kind of, reasonably put together.
Yeah, I think it's a solid ass film, man. It makes sense, and then part of me is like, how the fuck? But like you said, how did all that shit happen though? Like some of it, but I'm not gonna go into that too much.
No, you've got to. People have got to check out the ending for themselves.
This is 1978 when this one come out, so it's got a lot of head nods to older Jolly, and like I said, it's the sleaziest of all three of them. The reveal's probably the most unique. Would you say?
Absolutely, yeah.
Out of the three, and not only that, you got the super bitch theme.
Right. Yeah, I've never seen that film, though. Have you?
No, I haven't. But that's what I found out. The super bitch themes in this is the theme of this movie. So,
that was Dallamano's. Didn't he make? Yeah, it was Stephanie Powers. I think they made
Ivan Rassimov too, right?
Was he? Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so. I think Rassimov's in that. Yeah.
Definitely one needs to be checked out then. But yeah, they sort of pinched the music for that. The young girl we mentioned was also in The Psychic and Phenomena. She plays one of the girls in the school.
Right.
Which I thought was interesting. I haven't gone back to watch that just to point her out.
Yeah.
But I'll have to do that, yeah.
So Troy Howarth, book So Deadly, So Perverse. This film gets covered in volume 2, if anybody's interested.
They're kind of like, you've got to have those reference books, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab them for sure. But it's, great reference to how the Jolly came about.
He does. He's got a massive book on Dario Argento, a massive book on Fulci.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommended. You just won't put them down once you start. He covers the Giallo in those 3 volumes, as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
He's got another book on Klaus Kinski. It's interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
But that guy, he knows his shit, that guy.
But yeah, this film has tons of red herrings. The house that screamed, I'm told, is similar to this.
I can kind of see,
No? Is there a parallel match or no?
Kind of, I'd say, without giving it too much away. That, to me, I thought was more kind of a slasher.
Okay.
Sort of Giallo elements, but it's been a while, mind. I haven't seen it for a while.
This also, again, it deals with issues of girls having sex too young, almost trying to scare young females. This could happen to you, kind of shit.
Yeah.
Prostitution, sex ring, forced to do things you don't want, and might have to get an abortion or some shit. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
This is fucking wild shit, man.
It's one no one can sit on it really, just scare it, and you're amazed by the ending. It's probably the ending's probably got to be up there in the fucking one of the most what the fuck you've ever seen.
The ending is definitely a big time what the fuck moment. Big time.
It will have you absolutely fucking gobsmacked when you just sat there watching that ending.
Yeah, man.
Can't say no more obvious for obvious reasons, but highly recommended. Film. Not as good as the others, as I said, but it's
definitely a damn good third installment though to sum up the. And like I said, you know, I feel like I could easily watch this trilogy of films uh, before I would go to the Animal trilogy. I don't know how you feel, but
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably
maybe not the Three Mothers trilogy, but definitely
um
the Animals.
yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I just don't like. I don't. I like Cat of Nine Tails, but it's not high on my list. Of, I do
Yeah,
like Four Flies. I think Bird with Crystal Plumage is fucking outstanding. But that's
actually, my
why.
favorite out of those three is Four Flies. But
Right, mine was for a while
yeah,
until like I watched Bird with Crystal Plumage. Must be about a year and a half ago, and it finally clicked because I'd seen it 4 or 5 times. I thought it was a good film, but then it just fucking clicked with me. And
yeah, it's
now
funny
it's
how
like,
films do that, man. Like
yeah, it's weird.
if you revisit them, some people will just watch a movie one time and then they're
Oh, I
like,
don't.
ah,
Yeah.
whatever. But
So yeah, Four Flies was my top 183 for quite a while, to be honest. But
yeah.
I got German DVD of Red Wings of Fear.
Oh shit, yeah, I like that cover. That's our thumbnail too, man, on this video. But kind of not
I,
exactly, but you know,
I had a chance to buy the poster of this. This
and
like
that
a UK quad poster.
like I said,
Yeah,
that's the one I
yeah.
got, and it's no reverse shit. It's kind of Scorpion releasing.
Say that cost you $13, didn't it?
I think I got it for like 13, and it was sealed
That's a no-brainer.
off of eBay. So
Yeah. Do you
you know,
think they'll ever come out with like better version? Well,
I hope
we
they
got
do, man. I would hope Arrow. I would like Arrow to do, just
the box set.
do a box set and do the same treatment you did these two.
Yeah, yeah.
Do a
Yeah,
single
because
release
it wouldn't
as
be
well.
that hard to do. All they'd have to do is repackage, obviously do a good job on Red Wings of Fear and just repackage it as a box set. And I think a lot of people would, I'd probably fucking buy it, even
Right.
though I got the first two, like just to have it all in one, all in one. But I don't know whether there's a rights issue with this film. Obviously, it come out on Blu-ray, like you've got. But why don't Vinegar Syndrome or someone get hold of Red Wings of Fear?
I really want Arrow to get a hold of to do it.
Yeah, that would be amazing. They've gone a bit downhill for me, though, Arrow, of recent.
Yeah, they have.
They're not coming out with as much. Like, the personnel's a bit different.
I just would want them to do it just to kind of match the other two. I'm just
it'd be amazing.
Collectionist type fucker, whatever.
That'd be a fucking day one purchase for me, just for this film, Red Wings of Fear, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna catch up on the chat right quick.
Yeah.
It's not. Let's see. Anthony saying, "Hey, to Rob. Italy just abolished any film censorship in 2021, which isn't saying much since all of us can tell they were very loose on most content. The MPAA here in the States is what we call useless snowflakes."
Right. Dirk, I'm just gonna use the
go ahead.
2 minutes.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with the chat. What's up, Rob? Long time no see, brother. Hope all is well, my man. Let's see. Q-Boy 2K5 dropping straight up knowledge on us this Saturday. Much love, man. Yeah, man. And I'll reread it when he gets here. If y'all don't mind, man, I'm think I'm gonna hit the head for a second too. Hopefully I don't lose nobody, but I'll go ahead and play a little something so I don't bore y'all. Right. Oh yeah, Johnny. He said Q Boy 2K5 dropping straight up knowledge on us this Saturday. Much love, man.
Oh, nice one, man. Thank you.
He said, "Them pee breaks are contagious, fellas." Yeah, man.
Yeah, once you hit 50, they're fucking regular. Trust me.
Right. And Chubb said, "Fuck it, I'm on pee too." Hell yeah, man. But yeah, man, that's the Schoolgirls in Peril trilogy.
Yeah, I think we covered like most of it pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, anything you want to talk about, or anybody got any questions? We can hang out
Yeah,
for a minute.
anyone questions? Anyone? Because I think we're pretty much booked up with guests and stuff. But I mean,
Yeah.
if anyone got any sort of suggestions of films we can cover or what have you, like, yeah, I did get this in the week. I think I showed you on Facebook, didn't I?
Oh yeah. Let me put you on the big. I'll show it. I think that's how you do it. No. Nope, that ain't how you do
There you go.
it. Shit. Let's
I think
see.
they get it. If I put it close enough, they get the gist. Anyway.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost Human.
Right. Yeah.
Phenomenal film. Highly recommend y'all to see that. We're gonna be doing that. We're doing that tomorrow on the Eurocult.
Yeah. I'm gonna break that open later.
If you get a chance, go to get the Dead Pit Patreon. You can check out Eurocult and all the archive stuff.
$1,
yeah.
I mean, you get for $1, you get all the Eurocult past shows.
Right.
You get some exclusive content as well. Highly recommended. But yeah, I'm gonna get a box set of that, the one we was talking about. But I just thought that's gonna tie me over for now.
Yeah.
Is it the Blood on the Streets box set? Something like that. It's called, I think.
Johnny says, I absolutely love the kill scene in the snow and curtains. That film is incredibly underrated. Yeah, man.
Oh, I love that film. Yeah. So creepy, that film.
Let's see. Johnny says, could you fellas break down the pros and cons on the Jolly Essentials box sets from Arrow? I would appreciate it, fellas.
Right, have you got? I haven't got them on. Have you got them on hand to show, or can you remember what's like in them?
I know the white set I didn't buy because I have them all individual.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's no point for me to buy the set unless I just want to be a completionist, have a box or some shit. But
yeah, I'm the same. I did get the black box set, which is
the white. I would say the white set's probably the weakest, right? I think it has. Is it Suspicious Death of a Minor?
Right, is it? That's what I mean. I'm not sure because I've got them all.
That's an okay movie. It's not my favorite. Martino.
Yeah, it's probably one of my lesser. Yeah, probably one of his lesser. Jolly. That and Scorpion with Two Tails is probably Martino's worst too.
Yeah, man.
But all his other Jolly are fucking.
Have you seen the Scorpion with Two Tails? You said.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I got it.
I think,
I got the full moon. I got the full moon version.
Yeah, I got the original DVD. It's I don't know. It was supposed to be like a TV film or whatever.
Okay.
But you might like it. You might like it. I just didn't. And don't go in thinking you're going to get anything like Strange Voice and Mrs. Ward or anything like that. I'm trying to think what's on the black box set name for that. For Johnny. I know Small Before Death is on there.
That black set's actually pretty damn good, man.
Yeah. Small Before Death is highly recommended.
And the weapon, the mode of the hour.
Yeah, that's another one with
all three of those I like.
But my standout for that is the Killer Reserve 9 Seats. I think that's one of the best.
Yeah.
Gothic.
That is the best one. Yep. The Killer Reserve 9 Seats. And I love the title too. Man, that's a killer ass title. But
if you haven't got any of the editions of like in the white, get them anyway. Get all of them because they're all
right. Let's see. Let's see. Chubbs loves movies. Thinking about watching All the Colors of the Giallo documentary on Shudder for some more knowledge on the genre. Yeah, man, that's a great documentary for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't quite like it when I first seen it because
Really?
yeah, I kind of fucking knew a lot of it
Oh well, I
without
mean,
saying it, you know.
somebody
But
that don't know shit,
yeah, oh, yeah, yes. But watching it second time, I liked it a bit more.
Right.
But it's worth it because he's saying he's watching on Shudder. But I mean, it's worth
It'll
getting
show
the
you
actual physical
every.
release.
I don't know how it is on Shudder, but I have the actual release. So there's a documentary when you buy the release documentary, and then it shows you the trailers.
Right. Yeah.
For every Giallo. For every Giallo.
For me, that's probably it shows you the trailers, and then you've got the Crimmy trailers.
Yeah.
I think you've got like the soundtrack as well.
That's a hell of a release. Yeah.
So it's worth it anyway, even if you don't, highly rate the documentary.
And that's Severin put that out.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
It's definite buy, hands down.
Let's see. It's a really good run through. Yeah, man. Let's see. That's Sergio Martino in Volume 1. Yeah. So okay.
It's Suspicious Death of a Minor.
Is
Torso in that one?
I'm mixing them up. Shit.
It might be Torso as well. Because you've got different releases.
And your Vice, right?
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
You got to get Vice. You got to get your Vice, man. I'm telling you. Your Vice.
Yeah, if Torso's in there as well, it's yeah, you've got to get it.
That's a hell of a like I said, that was my first one, and that's what got me into the shit. But I
tell you what, like I said earlier, what we to start with that film is fucking phenomenal. The whole Black Cat element,
Yeah, it's it's a take. It's a take on Edgar Allan Poe's Black Cat, in case nobody knows, but it's really well done. Anita Strindberg is she don't get enough love. She don't. Straight up.
I don't think the film gets enough love, to be honest.
No, it don't. But I'm saying her as an actress too, because she's pretty damn amazing. I think.
I think she's fucking brilliant. I was telling you one night she's in a film called Who Saw Her Die. I don't think you've seen.
Right.
That's another one you've got to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. The thing about it is doing these, it's kind of hard to get to the films because we're so concentrated on studying these films, and it's hard to get to something else. But
it's not enough hours in a day.
Yeah, it's not enough, and right now for me working, it's the floodgates have opened, and they're calling me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, doing Lindsay last week, I think I've done 20 films in a week. I think you've done more, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
That was an undertaking.
Yeah, I did close to 30, if not 30. Watched 30 Lindsay films for that.
In about 2 weeks, that's mad.
In 2 weeks, yeah. But I was kind of off too. I was off for a week, so.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I had a chance to do that, so.
We got top 5 Barber next week, haven't we?
Yep. We're gonna have Johnny's boutique podcast on next week. We're gonna be doing the top 5 Mario Bava films, and that's gonna be a great one, man. Bava is the originator.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to actually pick 5. You know, the actual 5.
It is gonna be,
but yeah, it's probably have a few on them.
That damn Rabid Dogs is a damn good film.
I've never seen that. I've never seen.
Fucking good, man. If you like Almost Human, you'll love that shit. It's not a.
Oh right, yeah.
It's not a giallo, but.
No, it's a crime film. Yeah.
It is, man, but it's fucking sleazy as fuck.
I'll try and get around to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna.
It's got the guy that's in Absurd and Anthropophagus.
The big guy.
He's a fucking scumbag. It's fucking great. But
if I get around to it, I'll watch it. I'll definitely be watching my top 5. It's going to take the best part of a week, but I'll try and get into the others.
Chubb says, great. Thanks at Johnny. And I wish Italy just went back and did what they did in the 70s and 80s. Made creative, stupid ass movies with so much love and passion to horror.
Yeah.
Okay, Texas has. I have a serious question. What's the most you pay for a Blu-ray that's out of print? Mm.
The most you would pay, or the most you have paid?
Are you saying? I have a serious question. What's the most you pay? So,
right, a print Blu-ray. So say,
um,
I probably have a limit
I'm gonna
on.
say, and it's kind of, you know, I know that there's some really high dollar ones, but I'm not going more than $50,
For a
and that's
single
high.
release. Yeah.
That's high. But I'm saying like out of print, some shit you can't get. I'm not gonna go over 50 unless it's like, which I have all my top 5 movies uh, on Blu-ray or 4K.
Right.
So,
I would probably say if it was a
and
box set, it'd probably
he
be a
says
bit
would
different.
pay. Yeah.
Yeah, probably about 50 then, I'd say as
I
well.
wouldn't go no more than 50. Um, let's see. Aim for the black set first. I take it.
Um,
They're solid. The Martino set, the
I'd
yellow.
probably
That's
go.
the yellow
Yeah,
set. They're all good. I mean,
right. The one with your Voices a Lot room, I'd
yeah,
probably start with that.
yeah. I would go with that. There
Um,
might be one
Maybe go
film
for
that
the.
you might not like, and I think that's
Yeah,
Suspicious Death of a Minor.
right.
It's okay. It's more of a crime kind of film.
Yeah.
It's a little slower. It's not like a Giallo. Uh, but
If you like the
I think
first two
Johnny's
box
senior
sets,
Vice. I think he's senior Vice.
yeah, yeah. I would leave the black set till last because
Yeah.
unless you're like a die-hard Giallo fan, you might not like them. Um, I do. Obviously I
But
do.
the
But
Killer Reserve 9 Seats is really, really good.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
kind
I've
of a
seen
mix.
mixed.
It's a mix of genre too,
Yeah, I've
in a
seen
way.
mixed reviews for that, but I love it. I always have loved that. I even got like German posters for that. I fucking love that film. I need to put some of the posters up in here. I think.
Johnny says Q Boy has a PhD in the genre, so he just sat back and said, "Tell me something I don't know, Severn." he's,
Right.
talking, he's talking
Don't
about,
want to come. I don't want to come across as a know-it-all because there's so much I want to learn as well just by doing this.
yeah, Darren. He knows some shit though, man, for sure. When it comes to this shit, let's see. What are you guys planning on discussing next? Yeah, we're doing the top 5 Mario Bava films with Johnny. Johnny's gonna be on Saturday, and that'll be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 GMT. Is that how you say it? I don't know what this.
Yeah, green minutes. Was it green something time? Yeah, 8
Okay.
p.m.
And see.
We got some really good guests as well lined up.
Yeah, we got a lot of good questions in here, man. We got Chubbs asking any staple Giallo films I should start with.
Right. Let me think. Anything by Martino.
I was going to say the same. Martino,
Strange
Argento.
Vice of Mrs. Ward, I would say.
Yeah,
Case of the Bloody Iris would be one. I would
I would say
definitely check out.
Eyeball is fun
Yeah, yeah,
to get
yeah,
started. You know.
yeah. You've got Seven Bloodstained Orchids.
Oh, the Red Queen kills 7 times.
Yeah, and The Night Evelyn Come Out the Grave. That's a good
Don't
double
torture
box
a
set.
duckling.
Don't Torture Duckling is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You've got one on top of the other. Fulci. It's kind of it's not your Black Earth Killer, but it's kind of one of those late Giallo types. Pretty good. Lizard in a Woman's Skin, I would highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Tenebrae.
Tenebrae would be an absolute must, I think.
Yeah, you gotta see Tenebrae. You see, I mean,
Phenomena as well. I don't know whether you class Phenomena as a Giallo. I do.
yeah, it's a supernatural Giallo. I would
Yeah.
say.
Opera is another one you've got to.
Fucking right, opera, man. Yeah, another Argento.
Yeah. And
Argento's
if you
got
want,
a ton. that would
If you want an underrated Argento from the 2000s, I would say Sleepless is a really good film.
Sleepless, fucking right. Yeah,
Uh,
2001, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
don't sit on that one. Trauma's a good film. I highly
I
recommend. It's
like
from
Trauma. It gets
1993.
shit on, but
It gets shit on
1993.
by everyone,
Yeah,
but I don't get it.
1993 Giallo. I mean, the
Yeah,
fucking I didn't see that fucking killer coming, and fucking the weapon the killer's fucking using is
right.
fucking
Yeah,
insane. Like, what the fuck? That's not never been done that I can remember.
I think Asia Argento was fucking amazing in that film as well. I really like the lead guy as well. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
I will say the Stendhal syndrome. I know Dirk doesn't like it, but I would
definitely
say
check out Torso.
so Torso's got to be. Yeah. If you want a couple of more obscure ones,
You
I'd
want
say
some
Black Belly of the
older stuff?
Tarantula.
Blood and Black Blood and Black Lace.
Yeah,
That's like the
yeah,
second Giallo.
right. Girl Who Knew
The
Too Much is another one.
Yeah, the
Definite.
girl knew too much. The first ever Giallo. It's a black and white film. I don't know if you'll dig that, but like my wife,
Oh,
she
it's a
won't
great
watch
film.
nothing. She won't watch anything old with me. So some people don't
Right.
like that kind of. I can watch shit from over 100 years ago though. So you know,
But I would say Short Night at Glass Doors is a good one.
yeah.
Slaughter Hotel. I'm trying to think now.
Seven
Bloodstained
Seven
Butterfly.
Deaths in the Cat's Eye.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like gothic type
Yeah,
film. But yeah, there's so many. I'm trying to look now.
I'm still
Delirium is
trying to
another
think.
good one.
There's some that I'm leaving out, but yeah, you can start with any of those, man. You'd be good to go.
Spasmo, of course. Oasis of Fear, I highly recommend from
Yeah.
Lenzi. There's a good few here to start with.
Let's see.
Black
Johnny said,
Belly of Tarantula is a good one. No one needs to have a.
"Oh yeah, Amok with Barbara Boucher.
That's on
Amok,
that box set, didn't it? Yeah, that's on one
Amok
of the.
is a must for sure."
Oh
All
no,
right.
I think it might be on 88 Films Blu-ray.
Yep. Yep. Let's see. Johnny says, "Can't wait for the Baba stream and hear you guys break down your top five. I'm sure we're gonna be all over the place with that gigantic filmography of his. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think I might have one or two surprises, but
Yeah,
I've got to rewatch them. My list will probably change during the week.
I gotta look through the, and I'm gonna watch some shit I haven't seen too of his because he's
Yeah,
got
I'm gonna try.
so many damn movies, and I gotta give it a fair shake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't see my top five at this moment being broken, but you don't know when you watch a new
Yeah, I
one.
mean, I got some locked in for sure, no doubt.
Yeah.
Let's
What's
see.
that House of Exorcism I've never seen? With Telly Savalas. It's
Yeah, I
got
haven't
like
seen
two
that.
cuts of the film.
Mm-mm.
So I might try and check that one out.
And Anthony says top five Mario Bava sounds kick ass.
Oh God. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to do it for sure, no doubt about it. See,
There's
Texas
not
says
many bad films that I've ever made. See,
he says, "Would you pay?"
would you pay?
Yeah, it'd be $50
Kind of be round about there. Yeah,
at the
yeah.
most. I would pay for an out of print Blu-ray.
If it was like out of print and there's no way ever of getting that release ever again,
Yeah,
I might go higher.
unless it's some crazy fucking packaging special edition type of shit,
Yeah.
I might go 60. You know, some shit. But I mean, this shit's getting ridiculous. What we're paying for these movies now. You know.
Oh, it's getting worse. As like Uncle Bill was on about, a week or two ago. It's just they're fucking you over, man. A lot of these big companies.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
imagine
getting the best
what it
releases,
costs them to make this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, yeah,
And
yeah.
what the profit? What's the fucking profit? I mean, I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gizmo says, "Dirk, do you know what the next title will be on What the Fuck? I will not see many films the next month, but I could try and sneak it in." No, I haven't heard. I haven't heard nothing, man. So maybe you'll let me know, or you know. Let's see. Are you guys? Anthony says, "Are you guys going to do the Mothers trilogy?"
Yeah, I don't know whether you would do it though, would you? Because this is supposed to be like a Giallo slasher stream. I'd be up for it though if
Yeah, we'll do the
someone
Three
picked
Mothers
it.
at some point, I'm sure. I know Suspiria is like everybody knows Suspiria.
It's
Uh,
been talked to death a little bit too much. I'd
right.
like to talk about
I'd
Inferno.
I'd love to talk about Inferno and Mother of
Yeah,
Tears for sure.
so I
Uh,
don't think we can bring up much
we could
on
briefly
Suspiria.
like touch on Suspiria just to maybe
Yeah,
bring up a
yeah,
few points that some people might not know. Like
right.
and there's a few things that a lot of people probably don't know about Suspiria,
But yeah,
uh,
it's definitely be on the could be on the agenda that one.
but like no, there's no secret. I mean, Suspiria is my favorite Argento. So, uh,
Yeah, it's
and
probably
I know
my
that's
favorite
pretty
film.
lame ass answer, but I recently did a top five. I think with Pops and Gizmo, and I went through his filmography, and I was like, you know, there's no way fucking. I mean, Suspiria is a damn near perfect film in my opinion. So,
It's definitely my favorite as well from him.
okay, okay,
Probably was my
and
favorite
it's
film.
yeah.
Like full stop. Going back a
And a
while.
lot of people would say that's their favorite giallo, which I don't really consider it a giallo, but you know, um,
Um,
it kind
because
of is, I guess.
we got an upcoming show with Richard Smith from Hello, This Is the Doom Show.
Yeah,
On Supernatural Giallo,
right.
so it might be interesting. Because I don't see it as a Giallo, but I know it's got like Supernatural Giallo elements.
Yeah,
But it's all that
it's
list is all
definitely
going to be
Italian as
what.
hell.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be what you actually think yourself rather than
Right.
anyone else.
It's all going to
So
be subjective and shit. So
yeah, I don't know whether it'll be included in mine. I'll try to talk about the more obscure stuff on you if I can, rather than the well-known stuff. But when it's the top five, I suppose you've got to include it.
Texas says, "Thanks. I'm trying to make a decision, so that helps." Yeah, man. But I'll say, like, if it's something like, you know, on the level of, one of your favorite films, I mean, just don't break the bank on it, dude. That's a
Yeah, I think with that
yeah,
you'll know exactly in your head where that line is where you can't go over.
right.
Obviously, don't go stupid and put it on your credit card or anything like that. Just
Yeah.
but if you love a film and all that, then go for it. I'd say.
Gizmo says the only bad thing about the Mother trilogy is that Tenebrae is not included.
Right. Tenebrae is an absolute classic.
Tenebrae it was my number one there for a minute, but like I said, we did that top five, and Suspiria knocked it out, knocked it to number two, man. Like
Yeah.
technicality, judging the films, the way everything's done. I don't know, man. I got a
Tenebrae
new.
just gets better with each watch.
It
It
is,
just
it
gets
is,
better and
but
better.
for me, Suspiria is just fuck. Yeah.
Suspiria is his masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny says, I hate to admit it, but I turned my nose up at Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward on the first viewing. Maybe it was just a state of the bad mood I was in, but I'll give it another go with a clear mindset. Yeah, Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. I think it was the second watch when I appreciated it more. It's funny how
Right.
these damn
Yeah.
movies do that, and also your mood that you're in when you're watching it, like Johnny's saying here,
Yeah.
has a lot to
Maybe
do with.
if I don't know if Johnny is a massive Giallo fan because sometimes some people like
He
don't
he
really.
he he likes a lot of them. I mean,
Right.
he likes a lot of different shit, man. Johnny does. Yeah.
I'll definitely give Strange Vice another go then because once
Yeah.
it clicks where you will click, it's like
Yeah,
really
because I think the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, it's okay. Second time, I was like, oh shit, okay.
yeah. Yeah, sometimes films can do that.
Let's see. Remember, Gizmo says, remember some of these companies pay the producer and the creative a lot, so the films they release cost more. It's all about the release and the contract. Yeah. Holland. What's up, man? I knew he'd be in here eventually, man. When Dirk says everyone knows about Suspiria, he means everyone under the sun with a pulse. Right?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Because, I mean, like, I asked somebody that don't watch Giallo what their favorite Giallo is. They're 9 times out of 10, they're going to say Suspiria or Deep Red.
Yeah, Deep
You know what
Red
I'm
I
saying?
hear a lot.
Gizmo says, I heard Vinegar Syndrome is good paying for the rights. One of the reasons I support them. Yeah. Chubbs loves movies. That top 5 Argento stream was what got me interested in the genre. Oh, shit. Cool, man.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I'm glad we turned you on to it, man. That's cool. Let's see. Gizmo Suspiria is not a giallo. It's a supernatural horror. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
subjective.
definitely.
Like we were just talking about. It could be a supernatural giallo, as
See, I
well.
think if you include Suspiria as a supernatural genre,
Because you got to think
you've got to
like
include Inferno.
like
Because-
what the formula of a giallo, right?
Right. There is
I think
actually like a black glove killer in Suspiria, actually, if you think about it. And it definitely is in Inferno. So I
Yeah.
can see the argument on both
Right.
ways, really. It's all codes like to the individual what you feel yourself,
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
or not it qualifies. But I can see an argument for both.
Yeah, I used to think it wasn't a giallo too, but I could kind of see it being supernatural
I
giallo.
definitely say Inferno's definitely a supernatural giallo for me.
Right.
Whether it's the spirit, I don't know.
Right. Johnny says exactly my thoughts, Gizmo. Okay. Johnny, miss your streams. You and Dirk, Pops, Brad, and a few more. The only ones I watch in YouTube. You talk what you think and don't care. Yeah, man. Let's see. What up, Holland? There's Holland. Now we can start over. Yeah, right. Let's see.
I think
I'm
that's
just
one of
tired.
the reasons we're doing this. Like, it's just to not
Yeah,
bullshit. Just come
that's
out.
what we said. Like we're not gonna hold back and shit. Like I mean, fuck. We were just talking about cross-cut abortion scenes with fucking a rape scene. I mean, that's fucking insane.
Exactly.
I
We
know
can put
majority of people aren't gonna touch that fucking shit. So.
Yeah, if we can put people on some of these films, and likewise as well, it works two ways. If you got films in the chat, or that you can put us onto as well. So
Yeah, man.
everyone's here for like learning and just basically just have a decent little community who can come together every Saturday.
Right.
You know, we're all big fans of Dead Pit. Got to put them across. Stephen Dana as well. So it's all one big community, really. Most people seem to, there's like 3 or 4 different little communities, but there's quite a bit of cross section on YouTube. I'm sort of in the middle of a few of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's all about being passionate, enjoying what you're watching, and
yeah,
talking films at the end.
And looking at if I look at a film, I could look at a film like Toby Hooper, for example. He says the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a goddamn dark comedy. So, I don't see that shit at all, but whatever. But that's the motherfucker that made it. So, it's all like how you see it.
Yeah, and the question with that film is it a slasher film? I think so. But a lot of people don't.
Yeah, it's a grindhouse for sure. And it's definitely could be a slasher. I mean, definitely a grindhouse, for sure.
Definitely a body count film, I think.
And Gizmo says, Jolly are not supernatural tales. If the film features a ghost, demon, witch, or a zombie, it's not a giallo. In a giallo, the killer is human. Well,
right. I know a lot of people say giallo films just originate in Italy and all that, but I think there's Spanish giallos, there's UK giallos, there's American giallos.
Yeah, and it came from the German, Krimi. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I'm pretty open to all that, but I know some people that just stick to like it's from Italy and that's that.
Right.
but I'm pretty open.
Right. But like, there's like, so that the formula for a Giallo is the black glove killer a lot of times. But there's so many that don't have the black glove killer. So would
Yeah,
those not be considered a Giallo? I mean, what are we talking about? Exactly.
I
So
think Shallow for me is got to have some kind of like
it's got to be, you got
murder
to have
mystery,
murder mystery, red herring,
sleaze. Yeah,
twists in the plot,
yeah,
twists. Yeah.
a lot of sleaze. Yeah,
hmm That's awesome,
that's
Chubb.
why I'd be interested to see Gizmo if he sees footprints on the moon to
Yeah.
see whether he would, because some people wouldn't class it as a Shallow mine, but it
Yeah.
does have the murder mystery element. Um, but yeah, I would love to hear like his thoughts on that
Right.
because I'm going to be bringing that up at some point on here for sure.
And Johnny says, that's awesome, Chubbs. It's always a huge feeling of connection when someone throws out a recommendation and it clicks. Yeah, man, that is pretty cool, man. That we did that top 5 stream and it made you dig into the genre. So that's always good. Let's see. Giallo was created in the same way as Dogma or Mondo was created. It was so they could separate all the shit. Same reason a G string was created.
Right.
That means a ton, Gizmo. Couldn't express my gratitude in enough words, man. Much love, brother. Jolly is what, that's Johnny. Jalo is what could really happen at the hands of a human monkey with a straight razor. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Phenomenal.
think about all the Jolly that, you know, there's no way that shit could fucking happen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's the beauty
there's
of the film,
plenty of
though.
them that there's no way in the world that the shit that happens in some of these films could really happen. But same as in a slasher, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Because we mentioned Red Rings tonight with the what the fuck ending. A lot of these slashes, like Martino Giallo, have
Yeah,
got the same what the fuck ending, but that's the beauty of it for me. I fucking love like an ending that's just so far out there that you just think,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Monkey with a straight razor, man. Exactly. And Anthony's saying, "Hey," I mean Holland's saying, "Hey" to Anthony. Johnny Gizmo. The next what the fuck stream is for kill her goats.
Oh, I've heard about that film.
Mm.
I've heard about that. It's supposed to be pretty
Yeah,
decent.
I mean that's the
Uh,
first I've heard. I've heard it was that, but yeah, I heard that that's a pretty fucked up, shitty movie, but I don't know.
I downloaded that, I think,
I
in the
think it's
week.
got
So.
Kane Hodder in it.
That's right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Uh,
Let's
yeah, it
see.
looks interesting.
Haha, monkey in a giallo is always beautiful. Argento agrees with us. Yeah. Would you consider? I mean, since you're saying that, what is it? Suspiria is not a giallo. Then I think you can make the argument that Phenomena is not either.
See, yeah, a lot of people say Phenomenon is not. I do. I think it is personally, but
Yeah,
yeah. Um,
because there's some supernatural shit in that for sure.
have you seen Seven Deaths in the Cat's Eye?
I haven't seen it. I just
That's
like
got
that
like
title. I have.
yeah,
I need to
yeah.
watch it.
It hasn't got a monkey, but it's got like a gorilla. In fact, yeah, that's crazy. I know. You've got to watch that film just to see that.
Chubbs loves movies. Thanks for all the interesting info, guys. Great stream. Yeah,
No,
man.
thanks for watching, man. Yeah,
I'm 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 appreciative of everybody that's here, man, and in the
yeah,
chat
big
and
time. Yeah,
checking out what we're doing, man, every week. And there's going to be some that we might take like 2 weeks to do because it might be some shit
yeah,
like we did with the Lindsay fucking top
yeah, yeah.
10 Lindsay fucking shit, and that takes time to go through a whole filmography of someone.
Yeah.
But
That's why some of the shows we got booked, some of the guests we got booked, we
right,
got a little bit of a head start on the topics as well. So I'll try and creep in a few of those films as we go.
yep.
You know,
Next Saturday, like I said, anybody that's just jumped in or whatever, man, we're going to be covering the top 5 Mario Bava.
Yeah.
And we're going to have special guest Johnny's Boutique podcast on, man. That's going to be...
Looking forward to that already.
We're getting ready to get out of here, but I'm going to finish up the chat right here.
Yeah, I think Captain's Quarters on in 20.
And Gizmo says, I will get into goats now. Thanks, Holland. Phenomena is also supernatural horror. I had to check it out before our stream. It has the weird stuff going on with Connolly seeing things. Yeah. Yeah, but
see,
like I said,
I love Phenomena. See, everything about it.
That's what I'm saying, though, Gizmo, that, you know, there's people that, because we're going to be doing a stream soon. It's going to be top 5 supernatural giallo. So be ready for that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Love the show again. Have this trilogy. Awesome, Texas. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man.
Text.
Always.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, Anthony, man. And I guess with that, man, we're gonna cut up out of here.
Yeah, hope everyone's enjoyed the show anyway.
Yeah, we're at.
If you obviously click that like button and come back next week. Also, like and subscribe, obviously.
Yeah, I mean the name of the show is An Hour to Kill, and I know we killed 2 hours and almost 40 minutes, but you know, it's kind of like a giallo title. It don't have to make sense, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You can always cut it up in a few. You know, if people coming back to this later, just cut it up in a few different.
Yeah, man.
You know,
yeah, if you got an hour to kill, cool. If you got 2 hours and 40 minutes, do that too, man. Y'all take care. We're gonna cut up out of here.
Have a good one, guys. See you next week.